No. Alawa. Gunite.
Hey everybody, we are back with another Blind Wave movie commentary. This time it is for Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi.
But we've only watched 3.
Huh?
Oh, no. the orders are all weird.
Oh, I get you. No, this is the finale to the original trilogy, and the movies that I grew up watching all the time.
What
all
a finale
the time.
is.
A hell of a finale.
It's my favorite of the trilogy.
Really? Yeah, good. Yeah, I think you said that last time.
It is my favorite as well.
Yeah. Probably the first Star Wars movie to get some like real hard criticism too in this one.
Yeah, for sure.
Which I don't agree with, but we can talk about that kind of stuff as we go through the movie.
Sure.
I said we just jump right into it. Right?
Sure, yeah.
Right?
Sounds good.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Calvin will start us out.
Alrighty.
Where are we?
We are paused right at the end of the Lucasfilm logo. And we are using the US Blu-ray version.
That one.
Yep.
If you can see it.
97 DVDs.
What?
Special edition. No, I'm just kidding.
No, we're not. And we are going to push play in 3, 2, 1. Long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away.
So I don't remember being shocked at Luke, or I am your father.
Yes.
But I do remember being shocked about Luke coming into this dressed in black. Thinking he was evil.
Yeah.
He's bad.
Doing force chokes and stuff. Yeah, exactly.
I remember being shocked at that as well, actually. But what was weird is I remember seeing them like at a special edition in theaters. After having seen them before, but just kind of not remembering, going, man, is he fucking bad now? I can't remember this shit. So for me, that was a pretty big surprise. I was second grade. I took Matt Zukowski.
Yeah. It's a great
You were
way
second
to
grade and you were saying fucking shit? Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, man.
It's a great visual way to show, like, because they don't come out and say, hey, Luke is having problems with the dark side. It's just he shows up in black, and then throughout the movie, his coat will kind of slowly come away, and you'll see he's wearing white underneath the black, which is the jacket is white inside out. So
So
cool little reveal, like he never did stray away.
what is the canon, like, how many Death Stars are they making, and how long were they constructing this one? I've heard different things. It's changed a few times.
I mean, just in the canon as it is right now, this is the second Death Star. It's like 70% larger than the first Death Star.
Yeah. Were they making it the same time as the first one?
I don't think so.
'Cause I thought that's what it used to be, right?
I mean, in the old canon, which doesn't matter anymore, but there was like prototype Death Stars and stuff like that. But we don't even talk about that stuff anymore.
You can't tell that it's bigger.
Well, it's because in space.
It's obviously bigger.
It's
obviously
besides
bigger.
the statements of that, I can't.
Yeah.
I don't feel like looking at them like, oh man, it's so much bigger.
Yeah.
When the ships are next to it, maybe.
I don't really notice it,
If like
unless unless the thing they're going in at the end is the exhaust port. It's just that much bigger that the Millennium Falcon can actually fly into it now.
it's like when you see those scales of the universe and you can't, like, I don't know how big our sun is compared to the next sun, but then you're like, oh, when they put it next to each other,
Yeah.
So maybe if you had the original Death Star next to it, you could be like, obviously bigger. But we had to just trust that, it's bigger.
Now why?
Why is it bigger?
Yeah.
Because bigger is always better.
Because the first one, like, other than that exhaust port thing, it's doing a hell of a job.
It was.
Yeah.
This time they're just like, all right. So we lost our huge investment. That took us all this time. Well, we already know how to build it because we've done it once before, so it's going to build it easier. And the Emperor's like, these son of a bitches trying to take away my toy. I'm going to get a bigger, better toy.
See,
that doesn't have the weakness of the thermal.
Personally, I would have built 2 of them. So that way, 1, you have a backup.
Yeah.
2, you can spread out the love.
Yeah,
the
that's
love.
true.
Or the hate.
Yeah.
Well,
the
like
case
whenever
may
we're
be.
like, oh my god, the Death Star's coming to this side of the galaxy, and everyone leaves the planet.
I'll tell you, there's a flaw there, all right? Because already we got rid of the thermal exhaust flaw.
Yep.
But the real flaw is if you have 2, you can use one to destroy the other.
Yeah, that is true.
So you give yourself 1.
So this is some of the stuff we talked about in the last one that had some extra scenes where they utilized this stuff here.
Yeah.
And put it in later on.
You can see Moff Gerard or whatever his name is. You can see him in the background of Empire Strikes Back.
He's
with some
like
of that extra footage.
talking, but there's no actual dialogue going on.
Darth Vader always has the best interests.
Hell yeah.
I never noticed the green lights on his belt before.
Yeah.
Now we had another change in his costume from the last movie too, didn't we?
Yeah, every single movie he gets a little bit of a change.
You know, what was great is like in Revenge of the Sith, Anakin hated dealing with like the politics and dealing with reporters when they land on Coruscant. Like he was annoyed by it. He still is annoyed. They spare me the pleasantries.
Hates it in Clone Wars too.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
I love when the movie just comes out and it says, "All right, you guys are gonna see the Emperor this movie."
Yeah.
I love the fear that Jar Jar has.
It's like he has level 1 of fear just talking to Vader.
I know, yeah.
But then he goes to a whole nother level.
Exactly.
At least Vader can be reasoned with.
I love this line here.
Not as forgiving, man.
It's like, damn, Vader's been forgiving.
You're thinking like,
how bad's the Emperor?
Okay.
You know,
he's the nice one.
Yeah.
My question is though, is how much, like especially when you read the canon books now, like no one knows Palpatine's a Sith. Like, what does he do to inspire fear? Is my question.
Well, he just built the biggest, baddest death machine to instill fear. I mean, he does a lot.
Yeah,
You
but
know, I mean, he is the
like he's not torturing people with Force lightning.
for what we, the public doesn't know
So,
that,
like,
but you know, like they
what
know
does
his
he-
wrath. They know that what happens when you fail him. I mean, he sends Vader after you.
Yeah,
you know, which is bad.
You're saying like, what does the Empire
Yeah.
or the public know of Emperor Palpatine versus Darth Sidious? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, like according to like so the canon books I've read, people even high up in the military don't really know, like never seen Palpatine, don't know anything about him.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's kind of a recluse during these years. Actually, he's like studying the dark side of the Force and stuff
In the Imperial military?
in the Imperial military. Yeah,
So they
even Vader's like a ghost.
So the question is he looked at more like a politician rather than being looked at as like a fearful,
Sith.
monstrous
Yeah.
Sith Lord,
This is so funny right here.
Why is the pronunciation there different between the 2 of R2 and the 2 of D2?
D-Toa, this is me just pulling out of my ass, but D-Toa might be like a like San in Japanese, where it's just like R2D Toa is R2D Mister, maybe something like that.
Or R2 the droid.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe yeah.
I was just looking at that when he was like R2D Toa, and I'm like, well, he didn't say Toa for the first 2.
Yeah.
Why did he say for that 2?
Do we see any humans speak Huttese in this trilogy?
I mean, the closest is the Twi'lek.
I love that.
Actually speaking.
Yeah.
I love that spider droid thing in the back.
Anakin
no.
does it, obviously, and I forgot that Anakin does it again in episode 2 when he meets Watto. It's always cool to hear non-Hutts speak Huttese, you know what I mean?
It gets so
Like
dark.
a British accent of the Huttese language from...
These guys look a lot like original orcs from Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. Look at him. De wonga wonga.
They also look like the Legend of Zelda monsters.
Moblins.
I kind of do
Like the original ones. Like now they kind of like look a little less piggy-ish.
Yeah, they change in every game.
He
but
is so fucking
But a lot of
ugly.
the original ones, and Ganon himself looks like a giant, like just giant pig, giant
pig.
Gamorrean kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Bien Fortuna.
The makeup is amazing.
It's really
Yeah,
good.
it is.
Yeah, it is, dude.
I was just admiring it.
R2's so scared. It's funny.
He's got those weird needle fingernails.
Yeah.
Reminds me of what's his name, Belial. That is-
Belial.
right?
The demon?
Yeah, he's a demon. Yeah.
No, Basket Case. Remember Basket Case?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
What was his name?
I don't
It
remember.
was something like that, wasn't it?
I like his little gizzard thing he has.
I love how 3PO was not told the plan.
I know, because they know that he'd fuck it up. In fact, it's probably better they didn't say anything, and he would just do what he does,
Yeah.
cause chaos, and distract people.
I do like how that one.
Now, his eyes opening, is that a new effect, or was that done?
No, that's another thing is new on Jabba.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks good. I can't remember in the book, but he's doing a type of spice there. Yeah, type of drug. Yeah. Which Han Solo
No, it's
obviously
just-
dropped.
It's like 9 different puppeteers working at once, including a little person in his tail moving it around. And later
little
in the,
person?
later in the scene, whenever Leia jumps over him to strangle him, her high heel just gets him right in the head.
Oh.
And he talks about how he just like quietly suffer while the scene keeps happening. He's like, yeah.
So he's stuck in like a tube,
Yeah.
Yeah.
just moving around like,
Like
one of
a
your worst
sock.
fears.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be terrible.
With it tapers at one end.
For all the puppetry and stuff, do they utilize the same ones that did Yoda, like Henson
I'm not sure exactly if it's like a specific team doing it or not.
What's cool?
My favorite character,
What's cool is like
Salacious Crumb.
one thing that's consistent with the holograms. If you go back and watch all the movies that take place before this chronologically, it's not in color.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like
they
that is
suddenly had a breakthrough in color.
yeah. So like they might be a little clearer,
Yeah.
but they don't have color, baby.
Even in Clone Wars, it's still just colorless.
It's like blue,
Yeah.
which is good. I'm glad they did that.
but they all still have that like
Interlacing.
The
Yeah.
interlacing look. Like even in like watching Clone Wars when Dooku's talking or something like that, you see like the lines keep going like through him and stuff.
Yeah.
You're playing the wrong message. Salacious Crumb.
I like how like he just assumes like that's the wrong message.
Yeah.
This is his first draft. You know, like he must have recorded a different one.
And so as far as the job is aware, there are no Jedi Knights
Not anymore.
anymore.
Yeah. I mean, Anakin Skywalker, he probably recognizes the Skywalker name because Anakin Skywalker saved his son.
Yeah.
Yeah, where is Stinky?
He's probably out having his own gang.
He's like he's like that guy from
We saw Stinky die.
No.
No, that's the other hut.
Oh, Zero.
Yeah.
Oh, I
My
was
bad.
gonna say Stinky died.
shit, man. I really
That was
don't
Jabba's
remember
uncle.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jabba.
Oh, the baby, Rick, the baby.
Maybe.
And we'll see his killer soon, too.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah.
Who killed him? I can't remember.
Sly Stoodles, the singer.
I don't remember that shit.
No, what?
Crazy.
This guy, his prisoner. Let me out.
Yeah.
He
He just hits him.
Didn't she talk like this?
Yeah.
Or something like that, right?
Yeah, she had a very high, like, 1920s showgirl.
Yeah.
Love conquers all.
Like a flapper.
Oh, I feel so bad for this.
Poor Gonk, man.
This poor Gonk.
Look at him scream. Look at 3PO.
So like,
Dude, that droid is scary, that one.
so they
Yeah.
feel pain.
Yeah.
You know?
Why would they even give them like sensors in their feet?
Well, because...
Look at this one.
Yeah, I know. But being able to feel is an important sense. It keeps you out of danger.
Everyone always cuts him off too.
Yeah.
Splendid.
Look at that one in the corner back there.
Yeah.
Oh wow, yeah.
They don't really noticed him. Yeah.
He's done.
That's like an old Ralph like version, isn't it? Like the face looked a little bit more.
Oh,
I
God.
think it's like a piece of junk in the Jawa sandcrawler too, from episode 4. So you
Oh,
see, he
yeah,
looks at
that
it,
one
he's
right
like,
there.
Oh gosh.
It's interesting
Yeah.
too here because
At,
you have like this droid that has like a mouth that opens and talks. You know.
Yeah.
That bot looks a lot like Bride of Pinbot, which is a pinball machine.
Yeah. At the one back there that's torturing the Gonk, at Galaxy's Edge, it's cooking meat at the food court.
Really?
Yeah.
That one looks so human-y.
Yeah.
That
I
is
know.
terrible. Ugh.
Yeah, that one looks like one of those robots from iRobot or
I
something.
wonder there's a torture room for
Creepy.
organics.
I said it before, but huts they do not discriminate when it comes to what turns them on.
Yep.
Yep.
It is like everything, you know?
Doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Ooh la.
Oh man.
Do that again.
Yeah.
Now this is
Jedi
new.
rocks, man. They brought it in. Thank God for George Lucas's imagination.
Yeah.
There she is,
Yeah.
the murderer.
Yep.
I have these 3 ladies in the back. I have their action figures. They come as a 3-pack.
That
Look at
guy.
that Weequay.
I love
Look at
that
that
guy.
Weequay is having so much fun.
Yeah, dude, with the drums.
Did you guys remember the original version of this?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, her puppet was crazy intricate. Like the mouth being up here was like attached to the microphone. So
Yeah.
they would just pull a string and it would go to the microphone.
Yeah. I couldn't remember it all until I went back and saw him
Yeah.
when I was like 20.
Such a fun little scene.
This was after Temple of Doom, right?
Look at him. He's just like, ugh, I want it.
I love the backup singers.
He's just like,
Whoops.
screw it.
Oh.
Fuck it. Too much trouble. I feel so bad for her.
I know.
Gosh.
What happened there that she started fighting?
She
you know?
resisted.
Like, I know, but like she was fine a little bit
He
ago. But
pays
like,
all the bills and she
She
resisted.
whipped him. And then
caught
he
it.
was like, I like that. And he started bringing it to her. And she's like, no, I don't want to come that close. And then he's like, all right, you're dead.
jeez.
And I believe the Blu-ray finally edited out. Unfortunately for the actress, her boob pops out when she's rolling around the rancor pit. It's gone now.
Oh, I don't even remember that.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, well.
It's one of those things where it's like,
I know what Shane's looking up tonight.
Like top 10 like paused moments in all of cinema. It's
I
Rod's boob.
can't believe I never knew that from
I
trivia.
remember finding it as a kid and then not telling anybody
Yeah.
out of fear that I wouldn't be allowed to watch the movie again.
You know, I said it before in terms of the order of watching, like watch 4 and 5, then go back and watch the prequels, then watch 6, because it has this perfect little like reintroduction of all the characters as they slowly come into the story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and you don't even know that's Leia, but you're like, oh, what happened with Chewie? Man, what the hell has happened? You know? And then you see Lando in a second.
I
There's
like how Chewie's like a legend, the
Yeah.
mighty Chewbacca here.
There's a creature in the background there that looks like he's wearing like an Obi-Wan like Jedi robe outfit, which is odd.
It looks like a scale, like at the doctor's office in the back, kind of.
I love it's the giant frogs in that little tank.
Yeah. they're just real frogs.
Yeah.
Just a snack.
He eats them.
Yeah, see that guy right behind like Leia's?
Yeah.
Like it looks like a
Sure.
Jedi outfit.
Uh-huh.
I love when he
Just
hits
hits
her,
him.
and he's covered in green goo after.
He probably falls in something.
Imagine this. Imagine the smell.
Yeah.
That's instinct.
I love that part. I love like him like
Yeah.
flirting with these like random like backup singers.
Well, I love like the idea of like the actor that I've met doing that, you know?
Yeah.
Hey, Yoto.
Because he's holding a thermal detonator.
I love how fast.
Salacious Crumb.
I love how fast Boba brings his gun up there.
What's that blue elephant thing's name? I forget.
Max Rebo.
Max Rebo. There
Max
we
Rebo
go.
and the Max Rebo Band.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I knew he had a name and I couldn't think of what it was. It was bothering me.
Shane loves it so much, she's sneezing.
Yeah. Max Rebo did
Allergic
not-
to his awesomeness.
I always love the way Boba like carries himself and like the way he like treats the gun and he puts
Yeah.
it down and crosses his hands and like
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff. He's without saying anything, he's a cool character.
Yeah.
He is, until he's not. When he just dies immediately.
Yeah.
George Lucas being like, oh man, maybe I should make a better sequence here. And they're like, it's funny. I'm like, oh, okay. Because he didn't expect it to be such an interesting fan-loved character, you know? But that's just how good the props department were making his costume. People were like, I love that guy. What's he do? Pretty much nothing. Love him.
Yeah.
I always feel like him right here, he sounds like he's going along with the song.
What, Chewie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did he get in this position?
Like right here. I think it's come. Maybe I thought maybe I missed it. I don't know. Maybe it was earlier.
How'd Lando get there? Did he kill a guy, take a spot? Did he sneak in and take like a
Got there
you know,
early.
like Boba Fett would have recognized him, right?
That's why he has a mask.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just like, how did he get there to that position, like as a guard? Did he kill the old guard, take his spot,
I think it's
like
in
a
Shaw's,
spy?
I think it's Shaw's Empire, actually.
Well, we don't know. We know he didn't kill the old guard because we know from Solo that outfit was something that was on the Falcon because Tobias Beckett uses it.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
He just like applied for a position maybe a week ago, put himself in there, you know.
Or just put on the outfit and walked in and
Maybe.
just.
Yeah, just started like accosting people and like, this is normal.
I was always curious about that. Like, how did he get there?
Yeah. I'm sure
It's
there's
funny, like
some
everyone just
comic that says
crashes
why.
at his pad. Like they get drunk, fall asleep on the floor. You know,
Yeah, they
it's
don't have a
it's
ride,
like
man. What are they
senior-
gonna walk in the desert?
It's like Jesse's.
It's like senior
Yeah.
year, man.
Yeah. It's because it's lawless. There's no like civilization around them, so they just have to stay there, you know?
Yeah.
Call an Uber or something.
Like the bad guy from Three Amigos. Like all those Mexican guys are just like in that one compound. They never leave.
Hold out your hat. Higher.
This weather.
The sweater.
But I've always had this feeling that like it was going to be a different actor playing Han Solo,
Oh yeah.
and like they had changed the carbonite to be that actor's face, and like he's going to come out and he's going to be someone different.
And the carbonite's a reason for it not being Harrison
Yeah.
Ford or
that'd
something.
That would have been terrible. That would have been like
That would have been terrible.
That'd be as jarring as Mortal Kombat 2. Johnny Cage.
Yeah.
And Raiden.
Hated that.
Yeah.
Wasn't there always like drama about like Harrison Ford staying on, like wanting to be killed off
Well,
and
he
whatnot?
didn't really want to be in the third one that much, but what he said was like, I'd rather you like kill my character off, like sacrifice him. I think Hanno maybe make the sacrifice play.
Yeah, he thought it made the story better.
And George was like, nah, I'd rather him have like the hero journey, you know? So George gets what he wants.
Yeah.
Contracted, baby. Woo!
And I'm sure
Which is
Harrison
weird 'cause,
Ford
like-
wasn't too upset about it.
He's not gonna say no to that money.
I mean, he could. He's a very private man.
Yeah, I've read there's like a lot of evidence that, you know, it wasn't towards like production almost started, and then he decided like, okay, I'll do it. Because
Well,
if you
that's,
think about it, what all does he do?
Well,
Like,
that's the reason he's in Carbonite in the first place, is because they weren't sure if he was going to come back for the third one or not, right?
Yeah.
So they put him in Carbonite with the idea that if he can't be in it, that's why. And if he can, we'll take him out. So,
yeah.
I love the reveal of this too, because like the whole time it's like, man, someone's got Chewbacca and what's going on? You get to
Yep.
this and it's like, what is this bounty hunter doing?
Imagine being in there that long, this beautiful woman taking you out.
And immediately fails.
I love all.
It just sounds like
does
Bigfoot
fail.
when we're playing basketball.
It does fail, but I love that they gave Jabba every chance to get out of this alive until, oh, okay, we're just going to kill everyone, you know?
Yeah.
It crashes this carnival cruise in the
Yep.
desert, you know?
Look at all the slime like around his mouth.
He's been sleeping. He's got that morning crud.
Oh, I hate that morning drool.
Dude,
Look at
crap.
Elephant Mon back there.
I was about to say about the same
Yeah.
thing, man. I love that guy.
I just got his figure at Celebration this year.
Did you?
Yeah.
Nice.
So in Huttese, when you call someone bantha fodder, that's a big deal.
You look at Bib Fortuna back there. He's like, ah.
Oh, there's Yak Face back there. Yak Face I got with the Jabba Cell Barge giant Hasbro
Yak Face
HasLab.
is such a weird
That's what his name is.
name. Because what's worse, that or Taserface?
Yak face.
Yeah. Taserface thinks it's cool. Yak Face, that was just what they call him.
I know, which one would be worse to be called? If we looked at you, look at, hey, there's Taserface or there's Yak Face.
Well, Yak Face, that's just how he looks. Taserface was brutally mauled to become Taserface. I don't want to go through that. You know? Must be Yak Face.
No, I'm just going to call you one of those names. Which one you want?
Yak Face is a handsome man with his species standards.
One thing I always wondered too, watching through, is like, what was the plan? Like, where did it go? Was it like, well, they let him go,
Yeah, well, the first
Was it
plan
like-
was like, here's some money, we'll buy him, and we're gonna go. Send the droids in. That doesn't work. Okay, but before that, we also put Lando in there for in case we had to go to Plan C. We got it, you know.
Yeah.
But then they also like now the R2's in there. We've already smuggled in my lightsaber, you know.
Yeah.
And then the next phase of the plan is Leia's going to go in as Boosh, bring in Chewbacca, who is very valued, and then at night we'll get them both out. Then that doesn't work. So the last plan is this: when Luke is like, "All right, and if that doesn't work, I'll come in."
How do
Can't
you
promise
and kill everybody.
can't promise that there's not going to be some death though.
Yeah. I love that
But
too.
he gave
'cause
him a chance.
for a small second, all you can see is kind of a figure with a cape, and it
Yeah.
seems like Vader coming in or something.
Yeah,
They're just done, man.
I think officially they are knocked out.
Oh, okay.
He chokes them to the point of unconsciousness.
Yeah, it's a Doug.
Yeah, there's a Doug there.
And a little Doug. Do da do da do da do.
Is Carrie Fisher just sleeping?
Jabba took royalty and like put her in that outfit.
It's what he thinks about civilization. I love this weak-minded fool's look on his face when he's like, when he gets mind tricked.
Her outfit too is so much more intricate than like all the other ones. The other ones are wearing like normal type of outfits.
Look
Hers
at
is
Natalie
like
Portman's. Like
huh?
in episode 2, like when George comes up with these sexy outfits, they're
Yeah.
always crazy. Yeah,
He just
he
had that
draws
laying
them.
around.
Like you mean the white one?
I'm thinking about like Attack of the Clones, the sexy stuff she wears.
He
I'm just
means like the
thinking
the fireplace one that George Lucas designed.
I can't picture whatever that is. What I'm meaning is she's wearing metal.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
like it's so much different than anything else in Jabba's palace. He just has this laying around.
Yeah,
She's Xena, warrior
and it
princess.
fits.
he goes through his slave girls like he does his droids. He probably has a pit for them too.
He keeps the clothes though.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Waste not. I love a Jabba just immediately realizes what's happened. 'Cause
Yeah.
He's dealt with Jedi before.
Also, we didn't talk about Salacious Crumb eyeing that tail like he's gonna bite it.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, even as a kid, I never thought it was the tail he was eyeing to bite.
Oh, I just thought it was like a cat. You
There's
know,
a Corrin
like
back there. See the Corrin?
It's gonna attack.
That Corrin is the same species we saw in the Mandalorian trailer when he pulls him back and gets cut in half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of aliens in that background.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. I love when you're watching this for the first time and you're like, man, how is Luke this much better now? You know?
Yeah.
It's only been, what, a year since the last movie?
About 6 months.
Something like that.
I mean, and you talk about in real, in real life it was a couple years.
This poor guard.
Man,
I like how
guy's
he's
saving his master.
in a costume. It was so undignified the way he fell.
Mm-hmm.
Baby Jedi.
I wonder what TV means. Eat.
Stupid. Maybe.
Eat Jedi.
Eat the Jedi. Eat the Jedi.
Jabba doesn't have some sort of closed circuit TV system. He's got to just look
You
down
just
that
gotta look
hole.
down. Oh.
Oh.
What
Yeah,
if it
man.
malfunctions?
It's like, and today when you go to like a concert, everybody has their phones out. Like, just watch. Use
Yeah.
your eyes, you know?
Make your own memories.
What's the point of having a Rancor if you can't watch it eat things directly?
Good thing this is all part of the plan, though.
Well, I don't think this part is necessarily part of the plan.
Don't they feel bad for their
Because obviously Luke can't get his lightsaber now, you know?
Oh man, this poor little guy.
Dude, I love the Rancor scene because it's using, this is a little puppet. Sometimes it's stop motion, but sometimes it's just literally a guy in there with his hand, you know?
Yep.
And then, obviously there's a lot of like CG, not CG, but there's a lot of 2D compositing being done,
Composites back and
which
forth.
they actually fix a lot of like the kind of like straight, thick lines that would separate them. I think it's in that shot right there. That used to be a pretty tough composite, but they went in, they've added all this shadow and stuff like that, you know?
Yeah.
It was more obvious to me in like Hoth
Yeah.
because of all the white.
That Grand is like, woo,
I love it. Yeah.
Just use your awesome hands to get it out, man. He's pissed.
Could have just rolled his lightsaber down to him.
What bone was that was
Yeah.
so big?
A femur.
A lot of things in there. They gotta feed it.
No, like who? Like what creature?
Some other
Maybe
kinda,
like a dewback or something.
I mean, he just ate a Gamorrean whole. It wasn't no person's bone.
Yeah.
Can you force choke a Rancor?
Maybe if you're strong enough.
It's a lot of force.
Size matters not. I love how it gets hit by the fingernail and it's like, no.
And like,
Yeah.
It's like stubbing your
reels
toe.
back. Yeah.
It's like stubbing your toe.
Doesn't matter how big you are. Shit hurts.
Dude, his face on his head is so like tiny.
Yep.
You know, compared to the rest of him.
Yep.
Well, he's like malnourished and stunted, right?
Yeah. There's bigger Rancor.
Well, I thought he's like a baby too, right?
I don't know about that. All I know is that his keeper loves him,
Yeah.
and that no one is born evil.
Rancor's just hungry.
He's
You
just
really
hungry.
should have had that gate closed before this all started.
I mean, it was closed, then it opened, let him in.
Everyone stopped. That black guy in the back,
Yep.
his eyes got so wide. Dude, that was hilarious.
I mean, if you think about it, like the room that Luke's in right now, that's where the Rancor just stays.
Usually
Yeah.
stays. Yeah.
He's just
Yeah.
there, stuck there until food shows up, and then he goes and eats the food.
This is
Why
so
didn't he use
smart.
a force
This is
seat?
so smart to put this in here, right here. Like, just like someone loves. There's somebody out there that loves anybody. You know.
Well, this is like the same thing as what we learned in Clone Wars and stuff.
Yeah.
Like sexuality and love and appreciation for different animals and
Yeah.
beings and stuff. It's everywhere. It's
You need to
universal.
get that guy's autograph in your poster, Calvin.
That guy.
This guy right here.
I don't know if he's still.
I love the guy. Like, it's okay, man.
Yeah.
We'll get you a new one. It's not the same. I want him back.
Yeah.
Luke's in control. He even gives him one last chance here.
He gives him one last chance on at the barge.
Yeah.
He gives him a lot of chances, but even here he'll be like, "You'll regret this."
He's so happy.
Yeah.
Jabba's palace has a lot of really cool aliens in the background that don't get a lot of like recognition in the
Yeah.
movies in general. You know.
What's that thing?
What's it?
With, like, the tongue.
What a terrible death.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. Yeah, that like red tentacle thing back there.
It's the last mistake you'll ever make.
You know, I've been seeing this thing about how like if they ever do any more young Luke stuff, they should cast Sebastian Stan to do it.
Sebastian Stan.
The guy who plays the Winter Soldier. When I look at Luke, I'm like, yeah, he totally could.
Yeah.
He looks
Yeah.
just like him.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I thought Sebastian. Yeah, Stan. Yeah.
A few more additions too in this one from the special edition, I believe,
Yep.
of
Yeah.
just shots of the barge and making it more like seeing Tatooine and
Yeah.
the sand dunes and
I like
whatnot.
how he's just like this drink server.
The
It's kind of
Dune
funny.
Sea.
Yet again, something else that Jabba had lying around that just perfectly fit one of his
Mhm.
new servants.
Well, I mean, that one fits more
He's got another
because
R2 droid though. Like
there's lots of astromech type droids, you know.
Yeah, the astromech as a servant.
Yeah,
I don't
probably.
know, doesn't.
he had another one right next to him.
See,
I just
and
doesn't-
I feel like
doesn't
those are
make
more
sense to
common
me.
than like make sure you got a bra and
I love this dialogue.
panty slave outfit.
That doesn't surprise me with Jabba. I would imagine like if anybody has like a spare set of slave bikini, it's probably Jabba.
Yeah.
You know?
See,
I remember hearing stories too about Anthony Daniels like being in 3PO outfit, and he's like, it didn't hug the body very well.
Yeah.
He's like, 3PO got some shots
Yeah.
of the thing. You could just see straight down stuff.
You know, the last time Han saw Luke, it was just on Hoth, and he was saving Luke. He's been gone so long, he doesn't know how much Luke has grown.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So Luke was like, "Oh, I'll take care of everything."
Yeah.
And Han's like, "Oh, great."
I love when he runs into him and R2's like, hey, he's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm serving drinks.
I'm working here.
I really want to see like the script of like, what is George writing that R2 says, but they make it beep 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 beep, you know? Because sometimes I feel like he says some bad stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a. Oh shoot.
Now before, we only saw the spikes, right?
It was just
It was just
in a
the
hole
spikes.
with a couple tentacles. Yeah.
What was our plan if they made Han walk first?
Start the plan sooner.
Well, I mean,
The thing is that Luke is trusting the Force. He knows that he's going to be okay.
Luke also, like, he's there. He's not tied up. If he pushes himself to the front where the plank's going to be, obviously he's going to be on it first.
What if R2 had a long drink order and he couldn't get out?
They trust each other. They're friends. They know what they're doing.
Right.
I love how Han's talking shit to the very end.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like the blind guy's tied up, but Luke isn't.
You know what? I never thought about that.
I mean,
Lucas is probably like, yeah, you might untie him.
could also be
he just
the
hates
knowledge.
Han a lot more.
It could also be the knowledge he has of like, who is Luke Skywalker and what is he versus like, Han and Chewie and the experience he's had with them. You know?
Hey, that guy is
Well, he
not
knows
that guy.
Luke's a Jedi. That's
Does he?
yeah. He
does
said
he?
he's
Does he believe that he's a Jedi?
yeah. He said he
Jabba?
used an old Jedi mind
Yeah, he
trick.
knows he's a
and-
Jedi.
Yeah.
He said
Yeah,
a
he
trick-
saw him do a mind trick.
Because Luke introduces himself as Jedi Knight.
I mean, he did kill his Rancor, I guess, too. So I don't know.
What a great! I can't wait to see the Force kick. What a great musical.
He swings
intro.
this like a baseball bat.
He does. I'm surprised he didn't kill Chewie there.
Luke's just like, I gave you one last chance. Now everyone's done.
Everyone dies. Oh,
I'm a Jedi. Yeah. Yeah.
times
No, God,
before
that
I
is
didn't see
awful.
that relief in the wall behind Leia. Like there was a bunch of Jabba's
Yeah.
family and stuff. I think in the back.
That first guy that falls into the pit is actually the stunt coordinator for the movie, who decided like, hey, if we're gonna do this, I'll be the first one, so you guys can see that it's not very dangerous. You
Okay.
know? Ah, so cool.
I'm glad how his arm's already down like that. Oh. See, you figured Han would still be a little resentful. You know what I
If
mean?
he's here to help me. He's here to help me. You know. Where's the Force kick?
There's the Force kick.
Yep, that
goes
was it
out.
right there.
Like such a chump.
Yep. One of the additions that Lucas was considering adding into the movie was him escaping from the Sarlacc, but he was convinced not to do it. When it came to the special edition, not during the production.
Yeah, I love the tongue.
Yeah, just flapping around.
I like to think that Jabba has just been getting so fat and stuff. That's why he can't. Like, 'cause Hutts are pretty powerful. Like, they're strong.
They're very, very strong.
But he's been sitting there. He doesn't even move anymore. Like, they had to like pull him forward for the Rancor. Like, he's just become.
I wonder how they got him onto the sand barge.
Yeah, right. They probably just hovered him on there.
It's probably that same plank thing that he was on, just scooted over to the sand barge.
It's not quite as fat as the Mama though.
No, Mama doesn't go anywhere.
No, hasn't for a long time.
I love this guy. Hey, you.
What the hell? Is that another Grand?
That was a Weequay.
Weequay.
Yeah.
That's what they're called.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah, before there was no beak there. He just being pulled by the tentacles and stuff.
Return of the Jedi has the most additions that I dislike, even though there's a lot of them I like. Honestly, I don't love the beak.
I don't like it either.
But I like the more tentacles.
I like the more tentacles, but I don't appreciate the beak.
Especially just because, the compositing wasn't necessarily quite there at 97 to make it, stand the test of time. Everything else looks great,
Yeah.
But
it's all practical.
I like the idea that this thing is just open and stuff just falls into it,
I can understand that.
I don't think it needs to be like so active.
Well, the thing too is like, okay, so is the beak pulling things into the hole, or does it swallow? Is it what swallows things and then they sit inside the beak for a long time?
It's like supposed to be like an octopus. Like they have like all these tentacles and then it just pulls you into the beak.
Yeah.
But
I do like more
It's so
active
good.
tentacles, like reaching out,
Me too.
grabbing, and pulling in.
It reminds me of Tremors.
Yeah.
But Tremors had no beak thing.
I love like the addition, like the on-set explosion squibs when Luke hits somebody and it explodes and you see the smoke. Now we just have the CG composite and it looks good, but it never looks as good as that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love him getting shot in the hand. You can see the metal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool.
Such
Nope.
a classic intro.
She didn't kiss him this time.
I was gonna say no for luck this time.
Yeah.
They always say like the 10 minutes in the beginning of the movie are always the most important, but like this is a hell of an opening. It's like a James Bond opening. you know?
It is.
Yeah.
And now we go have the rest of the story. I love it.
What's weird is you can almost cut all this shit out and still have the movie.
Yeah. But you would miss it if you knew it was there.
Yeah.
I love miniature explosions.
Me too. They look so
They
good.
look so good.
This is an addition from the 97, I think.
Yeah.
You don't like large explosions? Just miniature ones?
Yeah.
Well, scale explosions.
It's not that they're square.
Yeah.
He also owes him one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just go back and forth on that, like
Yeah.
the whole trilogy.
Doesn't want Yoda to see. I wonder how long Yoda waited and was like, you know what? I think he might have gotten captured or something.
I mean, what's he gonna do?
I'm sure he senses it, right?
Yeah, probably. Look how many TIE fighters have to be in the parade for when the Emperor shows up.
Did Yoda teach him the Force choke,
No.
or he just learned it?
Yep.
Well, I mean, it's like he didn't learn the Force pull for his saber. It was the Wampa during that moment. Like he focused to do it. He's familiar with the Force, but
Yeah, Jedi don't use the Force that way. Anakin taught himself that too. Oh, I love it. I love the Sith theme so much.
And even Vader rises. He gets down on his knee.
Mhm.
He's even got a cane. I never noticed the cane before.
He's got a little cane.
Never
yeah.
noticed a cane?
Yeah.
He's got it in Jedi, like at the end.
we're in Jedi.
I mean, he's got it at the end of this movie.
It's such a cool thing that Ian McDiarmid was cast at the age he is now, and then he was just so perfectly at the same age he should be for Palpatine.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So, originally when they cast Ian McDiarmid, they were like, we just need someone to play the face. We'll do the voice later. And he would just like, do you mind? Like, and he also like they told him like match what Clive, whatever his name is, did in Empire, which was kind of the like a little more softer, kind of to be done, that kind of thing. Like match that. And he's like, I can do that. Do you mind if I do a couple takes, like maybe something I try? I'm like, yeah, sure. And he pulls out this accent and the way he talks, and they're like, oh man, that's so good.
Fuck
And
Clive.
George is like, yeah, I'll change the last movie.
Yeah.
How old was he when he got this role
He was
here?
like 35.
Something like that.
Yeah.
He was
There's a
playing
lot of
guy
like
that was,
behind the.
in his 70s or something.
Yeah, well, the Emperor's over 100 at this point.
At this, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, obviously, you just need someone who can handle
Yeah.
the makeup and look old.
Yeah, he's actually much older than he appears in the prequels. Like he looks like he's probably like 60, or mid 60s, but he's a lot
Okay.
older there too.
I like how he definitely just looks old and sick.
Yoda,
Yeah.
yeah, 800 he can handle. 900, it's too
And
old.
Luke looks just, it's like, I don't know, when your grandpa's old, you just feel terrible. You're looking at him like this man fought in wars and I'm just fucking on YouTube,
One of the only Jedi we'll ever see pass away peacefully, in
Yeah.
terms of like he just died. He's too old.
Yeah.
Natural causes.
He is such a good Jedi. He died of old age.
Yeah.
At far longer
Yeah, I know.
old age than anybody else.
Yeah, you can't beat death,
I love that because it perfectly ties into the story of Darth Plagueis that we've heard from episode 3. Like, if
About
you are
fighting
that
death.
strong, you might be able to not die.
Yeah. But he says it's like the natural order.
Mm-hmm. Which is ironic. Like Jedi can, through the power of the wills or whatever, they can retain consciousness after death, but Sith are obsessed with never dying. It's like once you accept that, then you can have your immortality.
I love how like weak and whatnot he is until he says that I am a Jedi. Here.
Yeah.
Oh wait a minute,
Whoa,
hold
hey,
on, bitch.
Yeah. That used to mean something. But what he's talking about is like you have like all the Jedi have trials, and you have one last trial.
Yeah.
You have to confront.
It's a hell of a
yourself.
trial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, Yoda knows what
got off easy.
But Yoda knows what he's talking about. He's saying like, Luke is hiding it with the glove and not saying all these things, but he knows that Luke is having this problem of like, am I Vader's son? But am I a Vader?
Right.
Like, am I gonna like all that kind of thing?
I love how Yoda
He knows that he needs to confront that before he can move on.
Yoda just turns away when he's asked a question,
Because that was Obi-Wan's idea. He doesn't want to betray Obi-Wan.
But he's like, fuck it.
I'm dead. I'm dying.
And this music right here
Yeah.
confirmed it for all the people in episode 5 are like, is Vader lying?
Well, yeah. A child psychologist told George Lucas he needs to put this in here because there will be children that will refuse to believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like they will deny it. They won't believe Vader.
But they'll trust Yoda.
But Yoda, he's not lying.
Yeah. Well, and then they also kind of reconfirm it too later on with Obi-Wan,
Mm-hmm.
He's like, yeah, no.
He's like, because you weren't ready then, you might not be ready ever. Such a great performance.
Yeah, man. I'm like,
from
tears.
a puppet, Like how tired and strained he is.
Mm-hmm.
I just love I love everything he says,
The puppet's creation does such a good job, but also like the way it's operated by
Mhm.
Frank Oz is so
Yeah.
good as well.
Yeah.
Even in the last one, like the
Like,
way he
You guys
communicates.
need to see Dark Crystal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you do.
It's just weird, all the things he told Anakin and he's telling Luke, hoping that we'll get it right this time with him. He should have warned him about that force lighting,
He's like, I fought that bitch. He's hard.
Should tell him like Iroh.
The last of the Jedi will you be?
It's always been a blood thing here. That's what a lot of people don't realize.
No.
It always runs in a family.
Well, the Order 66. Do they like go back and wipe out all of the Jedi's family as well? Because aren't more Jedi gonna pop up too?
Yeah, the Children of the Force will be something that, you know, as you go through Star Wars, you'll learn more about that kind of thing. But yeah, you know, the Emperor, he's thought of that, and they do some dark stuff we don't see on screen. And there are technically some Jedi still out there alive.
Mm-hmm.
They're just so scared and hiding that the Emperor doesn't even worry about it. Like, they'll never come back.
Yeah, their spirit's been broken.
Like, they're not even Jedi anymore.
Like Vader is always the one more obsessed with hunting him down than the Emperor.
Well, I mean, look at like what stories we're going to be going into with like Jedi Fallen Order, where like that one from the trailer we've seen, like there's a Jedi who has been in hiding for how long, trying to avoid the wrath of the Emperor, you know?
Yeah.
So I mean, there's definitely Jedi out there, whether they're young ones that have been born with Force powers or they're ones who were alive back then that have lived to be, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like Obi-Wan, he left. His body left.
Went into hiding, you know?
Yeah.
You go into hiding or you try to blend in and hope you don't get caught.
I love that R2's actually welding. Like, in the beginning of that shot, like, it's literally a welding stick.
Yeah, it is.
You better. What else are we doing here?
Yeah, right. Calls him Obi-Wan.
Ben.
It's the clearest we've ever seen Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Wow.
There was actually a dropped thing that Obi-Wan, at the end of this movie, was going to, like, return to the world of the living. Because every time you saw him, he got more and more clear, you know? But Irvin Kershner and Lucas, like, disagreed on that, and Lucas ended up dropping it.
Okay.
So it's like he's gaining more power after dying or whatever, that he kind of comes back. That'd be weird.
It would be.
That would be weird.
We kind of destroy some of the stakes and stuff that they have. And it's like, well, all Jedi don't come back.
Yeah.
Which weird
Right.
because, you know, it's like Anakin's fall and his view on, you know, like his point of view on the dark side changed Obi-Wan's kind of philosophy on truths being based on people's point of view right here.
First met him, he was already a great pilot.
Yeah.
It's not really true.
Well,
I mean,
he
Yeah, he wants to boot to Eve when he was 9 years old.
And at the end of episode 1, he's the one who destroys the...
Yeah, but it's on autopilot.
No, he takes it off autopilot.
Yeah.
He flies it.
Yeah.
He's like, take it off autopilot before we both get killed.
now this
Before
is
you get
pod
us both
racing.
killed, Aaron.
Yeah, that's right.
So, I mean, he was a great pilot at 9 years old, you know?
And then obviously episode 2, he's great. Clone Wars.
Qui-Gon said, stay in this cockpit, and that's what I'm going to do. You know, I mean, everything. That's one thing I like too. Is like a lot of the things that they say and do in the original trilogy, like you can relate and think back to it in the episodes, you know, 1, 2, and 3, and be like, oh man, okay, this is what they were talking about. This is what they're relating to. And I love whenever they're like in episode 4 discussing the Clone Wars and that kind of stuff too. Like, and then you can go back and you can watch what the Clone Wars were and how close Anakin and Obi-Wan were, like during it, and all that. It's great.
There's another thing talking about, like, it was always in the blood. It was always a family thing. The Force running in, you know, is inherited. What, you know, like,
Yep, that's what the Jedi do.
a lot of people who kind of bashed episode 1, like, they thought that anyone can become a Jedi, but it was always this way. Like, Lucas originally said, yeah, their brains are different, their bodies are different, but he evolved that idea more. It was always like something passed on, but people weren't ready to hear the word midichlorians, you know?
The other thing that's kind of fun too is if you watch episodes 4, 5, and then 1, 2, 3, and then 6, is that through 4 and 5 you don't get the information about a sibling, you know, about Leia. But then once you get to the end of episode 3 and you find out, oh, there's 2, there's twins. Wait, and then you're like, wait, what?
Yeah, you just get that, like, there is another. and you're like, another? What are they talking about?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So if you take that with episode 3, and then when you get into here, and then you see Luke discovering what you've already discovered, then
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
But like you also get that twist because like you see the turn
Yeah.
of Anakin, and then you get like there's kind of a shock there too of that.
You know?
Yep.
Yeah, yep.
I think Han, when he came back in the room, they should have been clapping and shit. You know what I mean?
Well, we missed their reunion. Maybe they did.
Yeah. The actress they get for Revenge of the Sith, delete the scenes, and for Rogue One, Mon Mothma when she's young is perfect.
Yeah.
She's great. Yeah, it was so smart to have her in Rogue One also. These Bothans, man.
That's when the Bothans died.
Yeah, which is, I mean, it sucks, but not only did they die, but the Emperor purposely gave them that information. They got it to the rebels, and then he killed them. You know?
Yeah.
Like, so you think, oh man, they're so good, and they died, but really, like, that was the plan. He wants them to show up.
It was
you know?
Yeah, leak the information, basically.
Wasn't
Yeah.
the Bothan one where the Jedi Knight, what's his name? Dark Forces. Isn't that related to the Bothan one?
No, that's the first Death Star.
Is it the first Death Star
this is
he's working with?
Kyle Katarn.
Yeah, Kyle Katarn,
Kyle
that's his name.
Katarn steals the death. Like, he steals part of Death Star plans and gets them to the rebels. But the Bothans aren't involved with that. They're only involved with the second
Okay.
one.
I mean, I know that's not
And
canon
then
anymore. I was
it's
thinking it
not,
was the second
yeah.
one, but
So before they take down that shield, is there just like this force field that you like barrier, just like in Rogue One?
Yeah, they end up crashing into it because it's still up.
Yeah, that's when he says
Yeah.
pull up, right? All crafts
Yeah.
pull up. Okay.
Yeah, it's just like a wall. It's like a physical wall
Yeah.
made of energy.
Yeah.
Crix Madine, he's from the old. You guys played Rogue Squadron. He's the guy that defects from the Empire, and then he appears here.
huh?
Yep.
In the N64 one?
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't remember.
Yeah. You have to go and try to, like, we have this defector. We have to go get him. They're trying to kill him,
Yeah.
and you take out this one like Imperial pilot that's like obsessed with hunting him down and killing him. That was Crix Madine.
I used to love Rogue Squadron.
Yeah.
I never played the GameCube one. 'Cause I never had a GameCube.
He owes him a life debt. Yeah.
So where's the clapping now?
Well, he's been back.
No, they're
there.
all just like,
Han was gone forever. Leia, did she
That guy
see? Did
leaving.
she see the
Like,
look
I'm
on his
not
face,
going.
or did she sense in the Force?
Now, that one guy's like, I'm not going on this mission.
No way.
Too dangerous for me.
I got a stew going.
Look at that matte painting.
It's incredible.
It is incredible.
Yeah, it is.
I just buy it.
Yeah.
What painting?
I know.
I love after the Solo movie. This just feels
It feels
like
good.
you feel the history more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Oh, I love that movie so much. I hope they continue it in some way.
You'll take good care of her.
Ugh.
Look at that. That is a painting back behind.
I
them.
know.
Yeah, I
That's
see that there.
incredible.
Dude, this is so much funnier after Solo.
Mhm.
Not a scratch.
What's funny? Solo's the one who fucked it up, man.
Especially
Well, no,
considering
that's
that
the-
Han stripped it down.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the thing, because you had Lando originally, and then what Han did to it, and it's like, oh man, I'm giving it back to him, and
But
what if
that's
he
the
scratches
thing.
it?
Han has, like, it looks like he's destroyed it, but he's streamlined it.
Yeah. I do wish though there was a scene of Lando just like sobbing
Yeah.
over what he's done to the
Yeah.
beautiful machine.
Yeah.
And he's also been driving it around for the last year or whatever too. Lando.
Yeah.
While Han was in Carbonite.
Yeah. That's the thing. If we were reacting for the first time, we heard that, we're all looking at each other like,
Yeah.
No.
We
Why would they put
that means something.
It sounds like a line of like, man, maybe Han Solo dies and he doesn't get back to the Falcon, you know?
Or Lando
and he,
dies in the Falcon.
well, I mean, I would go more the way of like Han Solo dies and like he's given the Falcon to Lando, so now you have someone to fly the Falcon still. But no, you could still say that Lando and the Falcon gone, but I think you have more attachment to Han, so it would be more of a hit him.
You just see
dying,
someone,
you know?
like not being in a briefing and hearing about how they have this Imperial shuttle. They're like, shit! And they shoot it by accident.
Yeah. This place is great.
I like how he has his entourage around him. His crew.
Yeah.
They're all
Yeah.
"Hey,
Acolyte-
man,
are they
you
acolytes
You're
or-
fucking awesome, man. They're just called diplomats, I think.
I can never see Anakin, at least in Clone Wars, saying "thy bidding."
Yeah. He's got to be formal now. You know what? Anakin wouldn't, and he doesn't.
Yeah.
That's Vader.
You know what I love is the Red Imperial Guards.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah.
Like they're really cool. Leave us. And they walk out.
When I was watching one,
These fools. They're just like, dude, you rock, man. You rock that meeting, sir.
That guy has a similar hat as the Trade Federation guy.
A little bit, yeah.
you know the Blue Guards, like the one who was a traitor.
The Senate guards, yeah.
I saw him in episode 1. I don't remember ever seeing him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're played by a lot of ILM visual art. Like
Okay.
voice
Cool.
artists.
Yeah.
Daniel Craig. No wait.
I wonder what Tyridium is. It sounds like a metal.
Yeah. Some kind
Yeah.
of.
Tidarium.
Tydirium, yeah.
Man, that shuttle right there is so big.
Yeah. Vader is literally right there.
Don't get jittery, Luke. I like how he says that. Calm down. Damn it. This is me and Aaron's defining moment as
I don't
friends.
know.
Fly casual. Vader senses a man.
So,
That was such a
Or he
good moment.
senses.
If-
He might just sense a disturbance.
If you guys haven't watched our one game night of Star Wars catchphrase, make sure you guys check that out because that was a
Mhm.
fun one.
Yeah.
this shot of Vader is very well lit.
Yeah,
Love
it
it.
is.
It's like a shot from Empire.
He's got like a chain around his neck.
Yeah.
That's for his
For his
cape.
cape.
His cape.
First cape. And if you notice, Count Dooku later or earlier will have had the same chain.
Yeah.
But it's interesting, like he's, almost like a dog,
Yeah.
kind of too.
Kinda.
No.
Around the time this movie was being made was around some of the times that David Prowse and the production team were having a little bit of like, this fucking guy, you know?
Yeah.
So Bob Anderson actually plays Vader a lot more in this than David Prowse does. So there'd be some shots where you're like, does he look smaller? And it's because Bob Anderson's wearing like 6-inch heels to get up there, you know?
Who's Bob Anderson?
He's a stunt guy.
He's the sword master.
He's the stunt guy?
for this.
Okay.
He played whenever Vader's fighting. He's Bob Anderson.
Gotcha.
And then he's the sword master for like Lord of the Rings, Princess Bride. Like if you wanted a Hollywood sword fight, you called him in.
It's also amazing lighting. Like you
Yep.
can't see his shoulders at
Yeah,
all
that
except
was
for the
good.
void of stars.
So
Yeah.
was David just difficult to work with?
He was a little difficult to work with. I think at one point he spoiled something from the movie and during like press of the last movie. There was just some things where they're just like, we'll still have him in here. And they say like the one moment where they were trying to figure out how to rig Ian McDiarmid so that Vader could pick him up and throw him. Bob Anderson is supposed to pick him up and throw him because he's a stunt double. And they can't get it quite right. It's not looking good. And David Prowse, who was just upset with the production, is like, guys, just let me do it. And he goes over, he picks up Ian McDiarmid handedly, easily, and does the stunt without any wires. And they're like, all right, thank you, Dave.
That's
Move
fun.
on, do the next thing.
What do you guys think of the like the rebel outfit camouflage here?
It's one of my favorite outfits. I like how the metal
Yeah.
band goes around the head.
And
Yeah, it's cool when you play Battlefront and you see it again and you see so many of them.
yeah.
It feels iconic now. you know?
I want to preemptively say that there is some like cool speculation about like a character with the rebels that's interesting, but we know it, but some of the other guys at the table don't, so we're not going to talk about that at all. Just like one of the background extras in a suit. It's
Mhm.
cool.
In the shot where the shuttle was flying in, I don't know why they didn't remove them, but I think you can see power lines.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe they're just they need power lines.
Maybe.
I like those guys like shit.
Yeah, I know.
Like they were just sitting there watching until they got
Yeah.
seen. They're like, go, go, go.
Cheese it.
What was he gonna do?
He's like grab his neck and Give him a noogie or something.
No, I mean,
don't
like,
know.
Han's like, wait, and he takes one
Yeah.
step towards these guys
Yeah.
speeding away on a bike, you know?
Like, how the hell is there something that jams their comm like on that bike?
Why not?
Like,
There just is.
I mean, yeah. There's incredible technology.
I know, but why is it? Why do they make the bikes so you can jam the comm link of other bikes?
in case you,
yeah.
comms could just be comms in general, not the comms of those specific bikes. So it may be
It's
a thing that if you find someone else here and you don't want them to communicate to other people, you can jam them.
It's like,
It's a guy from the 50s being like, why the hell are you taking a picture with your phone? It's ridiculous.
yeah. No, but like tactics in general, like
Yeah.
it's always more helpful to have
Yeah, the fact
your
that- I
enemy
mean-
unable to communicate.
Well, and they're scout troopers. Like,
Yeah.
they want to disable that kind of thing. And these guys are scouting out. Oh, shit.
I imagine they were drinking, like shit, and they threw it down, they threw the canteen down.
Well, those two guys there are like, they're like the police officers hiding behind the billboards, you
Yeah.
know, just
Yeah.
sitting there like, God damn it. I love that.
So, do you guys know how they achieve the high speed through the redwood forest effect?
Did
No.
they just like put a camera on a wire and just send
They have a camera on a dude's shoulder, and he walks. And they have it going at very slow speed, and then when they play it back at normal speed, it's super fast. But that's how they achieve it, and the motion blur put into it at the same time. They have the light coming into the lens in increments. The guy just gets on a trail and walks. He just walks for like 2.5 miles. They speed it back. It's 2.5
You
seconds.
see the trail there when you look down.
Also, they
That's
have to
kind of
like
crazy.
stabilize it and make sure that like he's walking in a
Yeah.
straight line.
Well, you can
and
kind of
he's
see there's a
pointing the
little bit of
camera.
wobble to it.
Yeah,
But yeah, no, I think what they do is they pick out the shot, they put a line down, and it's just walk straight as you can without moving.
with
you know?
holding the camera as,
Yeah.
as still as possible.
Oh,
This fool.
Good thing
really should have known better.
he was
Yeah.
looking away.
She got so lucky.
That's
Yeah.
such a great shot right
I
there.
love that
Yeah.
shot. Yeah.
Because that's a model, you know, and they just have it on blue screen, and they're moving the camera to do that, you know?
Yeah.
Should really be using his lightsaber.
Funny you should say that. You should play Jedi Outcast that's going to be coming out when there's this mission that does have a lightsaber, and it's awesome.
I love how he's just like trying to drive. He's not even looking over.
I would have dropped back and shot him real quick.
It's a great stunt hit thing. Like, he falls in, and then another guy gets up.
Yeah.
This had been a fucking hell of a surprise. Shit! Lightsaber!
Man, I'd have bailed.
Yeah.
The front, yeah,
I'd have
but you-
taken my
I don't know.
chances.
It's
Maybe he had
been
a
hard.
maybe he had a seatbelt on.
He's like, ah!
Yeah.
I mean, his hands were still on the bars.
You know, when this movie was first coming out, first it was advertised as Revenge of the Jedi,
Yeah.
and they had already started making some merchandise. But also, Luke's lightsaber throughout the movie was blue. They didn't change it until later, both because the blue didn't stand out super well in the blue sky of Tatooine, and Lucas wanted to really show like, this is not the same lightsaber. It's a different one. I need a different color. So they went with green.
Yeah, but then they could have done it easily if they wouldn't have cut out the scene of him building a lightsaber,
True. Yeah.
which is the deleted scene of that. Like R2's there watching
Yeah.
him like build his lightsaber
Well,
before
that's
the
actually why they changed the color, because they cut that scene, and they wanted like another reason to show why it's a different one, so they changed
Yeah.
the color. If they kept that in there, it very well could have been blue.
So I always heard the biggest reason they wanted another color was because of the sky and it
Mhm.
blended in too well.
Mm-hmm.
Good thing she had that camouflage. No one can. Oh damn it!
She just goes to sleep, you know?
Thank God for the Ewoks.
Right.
Maybe she has a concussion, Shane. Maybe she's injured.
You shouldn't sleep then.
Maybe they are.
Maybe
Wookiees,
it was
but they're all just
involuntary.
So concussed.
I didn't hear what.
I said maybe they are Wookiees. They're just all so concussed
Right.
that
May-
they see them as
Yeah,
shorter
maybe.
than they are.
Maybe, yeah. George wanted them, but they were expensive to make. You know, big
So
bunch of big tall guys.
So they literally cut their budget for them in half and had them be little people.
Yeah.
You figured like the search for little people will be
Oh, man, little-
extensive
little-
and expensive.
It's
I think
actually,
there's much more little people you can find than you can find giant people.
yeah.
You figure he would have made enough money on the other two to not even worry about
Well,
I don't know.
that's the thing. With Empire and Return of the Jedi, he's putting his own money into this. Like, even though it's a great success, it's not a studio throwing millions of dollars at him. He's using his own millions of dollars to do it.
It's still independent at the time.
Yeah.
Greatest independent movies.
Of all time, and then it's Ninja Turtles, the first one, which is independent as well.
I love Lucas's story because in the first one he was like, all right, 20th Century Fox will distribute. I'll just take the merchandise rights. And they're like, merchandise? No one sells toys anymore. You fool. Take them. And then that's where, $4 billion later.
Yeah.
Yeah, jeez Louise.
Vince McMahon knew about merchandise rights.
Yeah.
Do you think Vince and George would get along?
Probably.
How old was Warwick Davis in this movie?
He's like 14.
Yeah, he was super young.
He was young.
Yeah.
Child.
I remember at Celebration, he was talking about it. You see like a picture. He talked about the letter he wrote George and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Pretty
Like,
cool.
Thanking him for the opportunity to work.
It was going to
so
be Kenny Baker as the main Wicket, but he got sick. He got super sick on the day they were supposed to do it, so they had him do it.
Good.
Yeah.
Might not-
Kenny
we
was
might-
probably upset.
We might not have had Willow though.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
God, I hope they. I know there were just some serious talks about doing like a Willow TV series.
Mhm.
Ron Howard coming back. God, it'd be so
That
great.
would be amazing.
Warwick's such a cool guy. Like, he's so funny.
He is.
Yeah.
I love seeing him at Star Wars Celebration. He's a great like host
Yep.
for a lot of the events.
Like talk
I love his
shows
little
and
desk
stuff.
they give him.
Yeah. I know.
Like, it's so cool.
And his Segway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I love the Ewok talk.
Me too. But I mean, we fall under that line of like born after a certain time, right? Like, isn't that the How I Met Your Mother scale? The way Barney can truly tell if a woman is lying about her age.
Yeah, is how
is
she views Ewoks.
Like, how do you think of the Ewoks? If she doesn't like the Ewoks, she's lying about her age and she's too old for it.
If she likes the Ewoks, she obviously was young enough to enjoy Ewoks.
Yeah. Oh, what's great is Sam Witwer said, like without the Ewoks, like what kind of levity would you have in this movie?
Sure.
They provide a lot of levity in like probably the darkest one. You
They
know?
do. They were going to eat our heroes.
Yeah.
Eat them. And you know what? During that victory like feasts and stuff they have, and everybody's hugging and they see the Force ghosts,
They
there's
have
definitely some Ewoks
Empire
around the corner
helmets.
eating Imperials.
Yeah.
It definitely happened.
Has
They're
to
not,
be.
they're not gonna be what? I'm not gonna eat it. Look at all this fresh meat.
Yeah.
It's a circle of life, baby.
the forest will grow.
Yep.
All that iron rich, mineral rich liquid.
Yeah, these guys.
Yep.
Yeah. Praetorian guards.
I love the theme, like the window back here, and like how the theme of like all the Imperial things is those circle things. The TIE fighter windows, this window for the Emperor. Like
Yeah.
they're all like that.
Yeah.
Like uneven. It's weird.
It's a style, Rick. The uneven.
It's chaos.
It's not chaos.
It's like, damn it,
It's a ladder.
Vader.
I want a chair like that.
You don't see it in that shot, but in a lot of the shots where his chair moves and you don't see his feet, Ian McDiarmid is actually moving it with his feet because the chair broke.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is that why it like wobbles a little bit sometimes?
Like
Because
it's
he's
supposed
like
to-
tiptoeing.
he's supposed to really be able to just like someone was with a remote control to do it, but it broke. So probably in that shot, there's a guy back there going like moving it,
So it never worked.
Yeah, like they designed it to work and it just never worked, and they just went with it. So there's a lot of shots where he's just moving his feet to move it.
Huh.
The other shots is just a guy behind it.
Yeah,
It's weird how he said, "I didn't know your son was there, but now that I do, I have foreseen that he will turn himself in." I always thought that was kind of weird.
Well, because the vision is that he saw that he would turn himself in, but didn't know it was going to happen now.
okay.
Like that's the best thing about Palpatine. Even through the Clone Wars, the prequels, things go wrong in his plan, and he doesn't he just changes them. That's his greatest superpower is that he can adapt to anything that happens until he can't. The one thing that he counted on, which was Anakin is dead, Vader is here. He's like, he doesn't even entertain the idea that's not the case,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why typically, like when the Emperor is talking, he doesn't say like your son. He just says like
Yeah.
the son of Skywalker, or
Skywalker.
something along those lines.
Yeah.
Although in that scene there, we did have Vader
Yeah.
say my son is
Yeah.
there versus saying Skywalker's son is there or anything like that.
But like moments in the Clone Wars when obviously their plan, like Palpatine's plan, has just failed. He's always like, "Don't worry, I'll figure it out," and he changes it, and it always turns out heads for him. Oh, look at this,
Man.
I'm gonna eat this.
Can't believe there's
Han,
just
I'm gonna
someone
eat
left with
this.
food. We haven't seen Chewie eat like anything, and this is the thing that draws him.
You think it's implied that Chewie ate people in Solo when they were throwing like people
Yeah.
down to him?
Yeah, he had to.
Like he ate.
It's not
people.
implied. That's the reason they
No,
threw
yeah.
Solo in there.
Unless like they threw him there, and then Solo like a couple hours later.
So like
He ate some
they
people.
throw him in there just to get ripped apart and destroyed, and then they feed him real food later.
I don't know.
I don't think so. I think he was planning on eating him.
Yeah, sure. You had a saw this entire time.
It's so funny. He didn't tell anybody.
This would really hurt, man. I feel like Vader. I mean,
Like if R2 landed on you, you'd be dead.
Yeah.
Probably. Though you can't pick him up.
Yeah, I
Remember Rex
love-
picks him up that one time.
I love the Ewoks like all just slowly coming out of the
Yeah,
forest.
they were just watching.
that
Yeah.
one looks fucking mean, dude.
Yeah.
Navy SEALs.
Yeah. The
Like
ones with the small
must
chins
be.
look like they're gonna bite you.
Gone. He's like, what the hell?
He's like,
It'd be great if Harrison Ford never saw the Ewoks until that
Yeah.
moment, and that's his actual reaction. Like, what the hell is
I came
this?
back for this movie.
Look at that guy.
I know,
man.
I
That
love
guy's
that.
like. "Grr."
I love the Ewoks.
Han's like, man, these guys are cute. Oh, they're not cute. Okay. Hey, he pushed me with my spear. What do I do? Well, point it back at him. Oh.
There's Luke again, just trusting that things will work out.
I think I had the action figure of this like black and like
Yeah.
white striped one. I think he's
Yeah.
like the war chief or something like that, right?
Yeah. The 3 3/4 size ones.
Yeah, like he was
Yeah.
like this big compared to my other ones that
Yeah.
were like this big.
Like over the
Yeah.
years, I think I have like 12 different Ewoks, but when I was a kid, I only had like one. I just use them for everything.
I had Warwick's, I had Wicket,
Yeah.
and then I had that guy.
Gotcha. I think at one point I bought a pack that had like 5 of them in it, and then I have one that has the kind of like flying machine thing they have, where
Flying
they
machine?
glide through the air.
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
okay. Ewokies. Yep, you're right. Yeah. Thought you were fluent.
They're using a primitive dialect.
Yeah.
God.
So that has to mean that 3PO learned a language that maybe somebody taught them, you know?
Yeah.
Like, or how, if they're undiscovered or never been like, you know, discovered, like how does he know their language? So they probably didn't develop their language on their own. Maybe they're using a language that a long time ago some kind of spacefarer like taught them. you
or
know?
they're like the Scots.
Yeah. Or maybe somebody landed here, learned their dialogue, took it back to the universe at large.
Yeah.
Their dialogue, their dialect.
Their language.
Yeah.
Their dialogue. Dude, I don't remember that.
Yep.
How do they get the rest of them over there? They just
They
tie
swing-
like
they swing the
Han
rope
Solo on a stick. Just
Wow.
tie him one and let him swing across.
Well, hand him the rope and start pushing him. If he doesn't hold onto the rope, then
Dude, how
he's gonna
terrible.
fall.
It's so funny. What were they gonna do with Arto?
I don't know. They got him.
I don't know.
I love
but
this
Here's our
chair.
god, and here's his friends.
You think about being tied up to a stick like that?
I love this chair that they've
I-
just instantly made for.
Mhm.
That's who I had. I had that guy.
Yeah, with the headdress thing.
Yeah, that's
the
the
big
guy. I
brown
had.
guy?
That's the one. That white striped guy.
The witch doctor.
Yeah, he's like the war chief dude.
Aww.
Aww.
Yeah, that's so funny. I like how the guy's like, no. Our god knows not what he's talking about. Let's
Eat
eat
him.
Let's eat.
Why is 3PO got a silver leg here?
He's had his silver leg since episode 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just not nearly as apparent other
Yeah.
times.
That's true. Yeah. But it's just one of those things that, you know, sometimes you break your foot, you gotta get a new one.
Well, that would be nice.
Her
Now,
hair
Aaron,
is so different.
This is the one where I'm like, why do they have that outfit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Though they probably just made it. But that's the one where I'm like, I understand Jabba having some lingerie in his, at his house.
That's true. I mean, this one is a very different outfit for a human
Yeah,
in
exactly.
an Ewok village. I was just playing with his
Yeah.
ear.
For some reason, that Ewok always,
Eat them all.
that Ewok always reminded me of Nick Frost.
Like, how many humans did they see? So they're like, oh, Leia, she's cool. These other
Well,
ones,
because Wicket came in and said, no, she's fine. You know? But here
their
it's like,
god is being like, hey, no.
well, the guy doesn't understand. We have to sacrifice something. We got to kill something. What do we kill? The Empire? Ooh, I like that idea.
Boom. Boom. Huh. Eat him anyway. Forget what he said. Oh, okay.
Yeah, they didn't believe me.
This is a very Indiana Jones thing.
It is.
I love Luke's solution. He uses their faith against them.
Even the baby's like,
baby.
oh my god, it's magic.
The
He's gonna
god
kill
is
us."
angry.
Quit yelling.
More yelling.
At least Luke didn't do what he did with the Gamorreans and start choking people.
I guess so. 3PO, play along. I will kill you all. Release my friends. Like that's what you should be saying.
They don't know what he's saying though.
Yeah, but I'm sure him going, it doesn't sound like he's.
They just whack the rope off of him. I love it.
You okay, buddy? He shocks him.
I love this jump.
Look at that warthog face he has on there. They
yeah.
skinned a warthog's face.
Well, there was warthog tusks in
Yeah.
that deer haunch that they had up for bait. They just threw a bunch of animal parts together.
Yes, these two together. I love it. Like
I
trying
love how
to
he's
look.
his
Trying to look into his eye.
Kenny.
Kenny, how you doing? Thank you for being sick.
I love like they're all gathered listening to the story of Star Wars.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like this little guy. It's so fun. And I like trying to like sit and like understand at what point he's in, while he's telling the story, and you can start picking up a few things.
Yeah.
The weird thing is him just like repeating like these sound effects.
They're watching Star Wars Episode 4 right now.
Yeah.
An AT-AT.
Yeah.
Eric, did I miss anything important?
Everything.
Damn it! What happens?
You missed the most
Cloud
getting eaten.
City. I love the baby Ewoks. Like
Me
they're
too.
so attentive.
There's two of them there.
Yeah, there's one up in that little
Yeah,
raptor
yeah.
thing. You see that? Ticlo carbon.
You know what's weird is when did 3PO become? When did 3PO become such a good storyteller?
I think he always was a good storyteller.
No one ever lets him talk.
He's just humble.
No, but are you sure?
Yeah.
Like he told Luke, I'm not much of a storyteller.
Yeah. I think that he's like, he doesn't understand how good he is. He's always being told to shut up and everything,
No one likes listening to me,
I
so I'm
think
not a good
that
storyteller.
if you gave him a chance to talk, he actually is pretty good at it.
He's damn good.
Yeah.
Not really much of a storyteller.
I
No,
got the
we're gonna
Ewok.
eat him anyway.
Yeah.
Luke just gives up immediately when he says that too.
I thought the Ewoks were just like, you know what? Yeah, let's fight these things. He just gave him a propaganda speech and then enlisted him in the army.
Kill the Empire.
What the hell would they have done without these Ewoks?
They're all like, you
Succeed.
said
They definitely
there's
would.
a lot of food
Yeah.
sitting on the other side of this moon.
But,
We're gonna go get it.
See, the Emperor didn't foresee the Ewoks. They're the ones that fuck everything up for him.
yeah. And the cool thing is that Luke, throughout the entire movie, is like trusting that something will work.
Well, he
out,
trusts the will of the Force. Yeah.
He trusts the will of the Force, and the Ewoks come in. He knows not, hey, don't anger these guys. Don't attack them. Something good might
the
come of
Force
this.
sent them here to help us.
I love the double take after that where he's like, "What? Huh?"
It's
Yeah,
like
it's-
yeah, it's like one of those
great.
moments where you see 3PO move so fast, like a human almost.
Now, in terms of prequel stuff, this is the moment that I feel like, that doesn't work very well.
Yeah.
Which, it's supposed to be that she's actually remembering like a another person that helped raise her
Yeah.
in the castle at Alderaan, but it's not a good excuse
No.
because they had her, Padme die immediately. But also, like, maybe there's like a forced connection she had
Yeah.
when she remembered her, but
Yeah,
I don't buy that.
I agree. And if he, like, one thing Lucas could have done is at least have her born first too. Like, she was born second.
Yeah.
Like, like.
Well, that wouldn't have.
I know, but
affected
like
much.
for me, it was like there's literally no time,
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah.
So are you saying the idea of like her just saying very beautiful, kind but sad, and that's all she
Like
remembers?
she really remembers somebody, knowing that her real mother. She knows that
Yeah. Oddly enough,
Organa was not her mother.
Yeah.
So
That-
she's remembering somebody, but who?
it does.
Yeah.
It does describe Padme probably the last couple years of her life though. But
Yeah.
how would she know that?
I was just saying, like, if you put a Force accent into it in
Yeah.
some way or fashion, I think the idea of like just knowing that she was beautiful and that she was sad because she was,
Yeah.
that she was kind because she was, like, it's not.
Yeah.
Too
but
much
I
in
guess
there, you
just
know?
using the word remember, like,
Yeah.
implies that she has experience there.
Well, it's here because maybe Lucas wasn't quite sure how old the kids were when Vader turned.
Yeah.
So like he made it vague, but yeah.
It also goes into the thing of like, are you remembering? Like, what is it that she's remembering? Because she could also be trying to remember, like, it's like when you tell a story. Are you
Yeah.
remembering the story? Or are you remembering the last time you told the
Sure.
story? It could be more of
Yeah.
like something along those lines that she's remembering.
No, I definitely understand that. It's just one of those things, like going from the original intent of the scene to what it needs to be now because of the limitations put upon by the prequel trilogy. Like, Luke is like, what was my mother like? Like, he's heard all these things about his father and stuff, but like,
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever thought about my mom. Like, can you tell me? And she says these things, and he's like, oh, that's nice. And now we're like, what the hell? What did he get out of that? Did
you
he
got
get the
nothing.
truth or nothing? It's like
Yeah.
Obi-Wan saying shit. It's like, oh yeah, yeah, she knew her mother.
Yeah. And
Well,
just
from a certain point of view, there's a force thing.
yeah, and just reinforcing here the force is strong in my family. My sister has it. George always knew, man.
Yep.
Didn't know when you wore the face off from him.
What'd you say?
She said, somehow I've always known.
Yeah, right.
She didn't know when what.
She said somehow I've always known. Like she knew they had a connection, but that's the most egregious thing here. Not fucking the mother shit. You know what I mean?
What, the kiss?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, there's a precedent, like in biology, with that, where people that don't know that they're related, like,
Yeah.
find each other separately from any kind of like family
They
tie.
seem really
And
familiar.
they're like, man, there's like a connection here, and they get together, and then later they find out, oh yeah, you're first cousins or brother and sister.
Separated.
It really
Like,
happens.
yeah.
Yeah,
Because they mistake this like kind of like supernatural bond they have with love, and it's really a family bond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other Greek word for love. I think Han's like,
I
we had
love-
something here.
I love
Grabbing my leg and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't know what's happened since he's been in Carbonite.
Yeah, he's had some.
Yeah, he's like, they be fucking all the time when I'm in there frozen. You know what I mean?
I missed my shot.
I love having. So you could tell Luke. That would definitely be me. Like, unfortunately.
I'm outta
Fuck
here.
it, man. I got all kinds of hoes. That's what he's
I'm gonna
thinking.
go find that Ewok that was hurting my leg.
Wicket?
By the way, I love this is set here.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the smoke, like the still smoke in the background.
I like how the railings are,
Really
real,
small.
Yeah, real small.
It's like that wouldn't even stop your knee from buckling.
It would trip you when you
And
fall.
she says,
Yeah.
hold me. And he's probably thinking, what the fuck is going on, man?
All these mixed signals I'm getting.
Yeah.
Oh, they transition down through the atmosphere.
So it's just looming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a moon of a moon.
Some of the best shots of just the Death Star, like in Rogue One. So
There's
scary.
an AT-AT.
This is so far from that satellite.
What did you say?
I said there's an AT-AT. AT-AT. Everybody
But
gets it.
I love, and actually, this is
That's
a
just
Blu-ray thing. Like the
Yeah.
stuff, like the Forest stuff they added was actually a Blu-ray thing. Like this, as much as we see now, like it's so much better.
I think it's only that one shot of Vader, right? Is the Blu-ray thing?
The AT-AT,
That one,
I'm
yeah,
pretty
the-
sure is in the original,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Because that was the thing. Like, the AT-ST appears for one shot in Empire, and then the AT-AT appears for one shot in Return. Or two shots.
This is one of my favorite conversations in the whole damn movie right here.
This Good work, Commander Levis.
That one trooper's holding his gun weird.
Oh, this whole scene.
Bring his companions to me.
Like the Emperor knew this was gonna happen.
Yeah, you can see the AT-AT out the window.
Yeah.
The Force having the Force here looks so much better than it fucking used to.
Having the what?
The forest, like in the window, because before it was just a steel wall, right?
I don't think so.
it's-
No, this
is the normal
all
set.
the same.
Oh shit.
Yeah, they didn't change the background in this part here. Not for like the special edition.
Yeah, if anything, I think the only scene added is that when he's coming off of the ramp, Vader.
Hey, I must be a dummy then.
But yeah, I remember like always thinking that they were getting onto the AT-AT when I was younger until I realized like, oh, okay, so the AT-AT
Yeah.
was delivering him to this spot here where they're gonna fly off to the Death Star.
But Yoda said they weren't.
Emperor sees all kinds of stuff. No, you're right. This conversation here is pretty good.
Oh yeah.
Like it's a great like
He's almost like admitting like
it's like a confliction between Vader and Anakin here, you know?
Yeah.
he's like, kid, I'd really like to, but I can't.
Yeah.
That's kind of how it's going. You
When
know?
I love how he brings up Obi-Wan, like,
Yeah.
you know, he once talked like you did, you know.
Yeah.
And Padme said, "Hey, come with me," and he didn't do that with
Yeah.
her either.
I especially love the way Luke is directly calling him father. Like he's talking to Anakin, where Vader is like, "Oh, you've accepted the truth. I don't know what to do with this." You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other thing I like too is right here before he brings the stormtroopers over here and before the father truly dead thing.
Yeah.
Like the thing that Vader says is, "It's too late for me now, son."
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So like, it gives an implication like it's too late for me. I can't be a Jedi anymore. He's like, but it's not too late for you. Is the way that I kind of take
and
that.
right
You
when
know?
right when the door closes here, he's like, okay, they're gone, and he's lingering. You know, I think I'm so glad they had this extended thing of him just sinking. Says so much. God damn. Fucking Anakin. You should just after you kill Mace, you should just kill Palpatine and be like, hey, he killed him and I killed him.
You know what? I'll lead. And there they go.
They've been sat there for so long.
Mm-hmm.
It's daytime.
Yep.
And you
Yeah,
got us.
like that one robot prison or whatever it was.
The
Spice Mines.
Spice Mines
The
at
Kessel.
Kessel.
Yeah.
Like that was so hard to get into to begin with.
With that
Yeah.
fucking spider in there, Eric. Remember that in the book?
Yep.
Damn.
I love, you know, between Luke and Han, they both have this idea of like, we'll just go and it'll work out, you know? But Luke, like, he has that belief. Han just believes in himself.
Yeah.
It's like, no, me and Chewie will figure this out. And Luke's like, the Force will provide for us.
Yeah.
I love it. There he is. Oh, what a great
And
name.
Admiral. I love
love
to
his
see.
chair.
He really rises in the ranks
Ah.
fast since Empire, you know?
Force fish.
But yeah, I said it before, but Nia Num is actually speaking an African language that's very little known. So when finally Star Wars was brought to that country, like years later, people were watching it and they're reading subtitles, and then they understand what Nia Num said, and it made sense to responding back, and they start freaking out. Like, what? Our language is in this movie?
Nowadays, that'd be cultural misappropriation and shit.
Ah,
They'd be like, what the fuck? They'd be raising hell.
well, they wouldn't be.
And
Some angry other person would be
bunch
raising
of rich,
hell.
bunch of rich white people would be.
Usually that's what happens, I guess.
Yeah.
This offends those guys over there.
I forget. It was the Blu-ray, right, where they add the blinking in. It always freaks
Yes.
me out.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't even notice it anymore, really. I remember when first watching it being like, this is weird, but it's just because I knew it so well, you know?
Yeah.
But everyone
this
else
entire
blinks.
time, I haven't watched it. I haven't even realized this time. What a great plan.
I love
It
when
is.
this
It's great.
when this Ewok takes off and he's like, wow!
And they didn't even tell him what they were doing. They're just like, we'll just do it.
Like, come on, go.
I hope this guy could drive.
Like his feet are just fucking
He
wrecked.
just wrecks immediately into a tree.
And that guy's like, God, it is my bike.
God damn it.
He says it with such contempt to 3PO.
you
Like,
stay
don't
here."
screw this up.
I've decided that we shall
We shall
stay here.
stay,
Just sounds
yeah.
like great.
He is
I love him
going
like
so
just
fast,
swinging.
he's flying.
He talks to him the same way Qui-Gon talks to Jar Jar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except
Great
Qui-Gon, even Qui-Gon has
See,
less contempt
here
for
you
Jar
go,
Jar.
Calvin.
Looking good.
I'm gonna say this guy's spinning, but he doesn't spin like the other guy. Like he does better than the
Yeah.
stormtrooper did.
Imagine the rope burn on your hands going that fast.
Like that guy's the real prodigy. He's probably never seen like anything like that in
This
his
is so
life.
silly.
Fuck no.
This is a hell of a
He's like,
trick.
fuck.
Yeah.
Easy peasy. So you don't. I still don't get the size difference. You know, like looking at it with like just a plant in the background.
I don't know. I don't know what you're like coming up against. What do you mean? Like, how's that? Just a bigger Death Star?
No, I mean, like, have they said it's bigger?
Yeah.
They have. Yeah.
Like
there's,
that's all you get.
there's
Just that
comparisons.
it is bigger.
Yeah.
There's no way to like. You can't tell. You know
Not
what
in
I
this.
mean?
Not in this
I,
movie.
I wish there was a way to be like, man, it really is. Look how much bigger that is.
Yeah.
Like, you get Godzilla, you get some kind of like giant Godzilla, you can tell because it's
Yeah.
fighting
Yeah.
Godzilla or something. You know, like Jesus, so much bigger.
You
Look
gotta,
at it.
You gotta verify that fact before you're like, yep, it's bigger.
I just want to be like childhood me wants to be like in awe. I'm like, wow, look how much bigger it really is.
Yeah.
But thing I didn't get to look to see if his feet went.
Not in that shot. Whenever you do
I
see
didn't
his
see his
feet,
knees
it's
bouncing
another
or anything.
guy behind it moving it.
Yes.
You know, when I was younger, I was never sure if Luke took his own cuffs off or if the Emperor did it. Because no
You
one
didn't notice his hand?
Yeah, the Emperor
Emperor's
did.
hand?
No, I thought maybe like when I was younger, I thought he was pointing. You know,
Oh.
now I know the Emperor does
Gotcha.
it. You know what I mean?
Those guards never get to do anything cool. They're cool looking.
Nope.
Yeah.
They just stand there.
You need to check out Crimson Empire comic book series. It's so awesome. You actually get to see what their armor is like under the robes. It's so cool. It's like black hockey pad looking thing.
Nice.
And they use force
Pretty-
pikes.
Mini things. I love that delivery.
Yeah.
Imagine, you know, meeting like the president of the galaxy.
Yep.
That's the one fact that he relies on.
Mm-hmm.
So a Jedi's weapon, is that implying that he has never used a lightsaber before?
No.
The
It-
Sith use lightsabers to mock the Jedi.
Yeah. That's technically what it is. Most Sith come from being a Jedi, but Sith don't, like, true Sith don't need lightsabers to show their power because they use the Force to attack. Whereas Jedi are supposed to use it to defend, and that's the great thing about the lightsaber, too. It's a sword used defensively, you know?
But they also like Sith, like their weapons, like Maul, obviously a double-bladed lightsaber. It's
Yeah.
made more for attacking, and
Yeah.
some other stuff we see that their sabers are more attacky. Like
Tell all those people in Jabba's barge that it's for defense.
Yeah, exactly right. Well, they should have taken the many chances they were given.
1, 2, maybe the third chance.
But it's what Yoda says, like, Jedi use the Force for knowledge and defense, never attack.
Yeah.
But I think what the Emperor is when he says, like, a Jedi's weapon, it's like, you are playing. This is what Jedi use. You're no Jedi. Like, I'll show you how this stuff really works.
I always took it as like, oh, you've built one. Like, you know, you have one of their weapons now, so your training is almost complete, or your
Mhm.
training is complete. You know.
These guys like, damn it.
So much better than the last time he broke into one of their facilities.
Yeah.
That guy
Yeah.
just went over the railing and he's dead.
Yep.
Boring conversation anyway. Come on.
No, funnily, we know that the Emperor knew this was going to happen, so he planned for all these guys to show up whenever they did that. So it makes you think, wait, did the 4 guards in the very beginning, did they know this was going to happen? And then that fucking Ewok took my bike and they take off, you know?
I think
That
just
guy
like
went over the railing
Luke, you know, fucking rebel scum. Scum, man.
Give me that crossbow.
That's such an iconic line now. Rebel scum.
It is.
You rebel scum. Here we are.
I love how you can see the speed
Mm-hmm.
of the Falcon coming in.
Yeah. Look how big it is, Aaron.
I always thought Green Leader looked fucked up.
What?
Like his outfit sucks.
So
Yeah.
they retired
Yes.
gold after the first Death Star run.
I can't get a reading on that shield. Well, I'm not getting anything.
Yeah, they're jamming us.
Communication
Man, I just be-
disruption is always invasion, man.
I'd be jamming everybody all the time.
It's a
Right.
good. Just always be jamming.
Always be jamming.
ABJ.
I love this shot.
It is a cool shot. Like the way that ship's tilting, you see the Death Star kind of start tilting.
Yeah.
I mean, they're shooting all of these individually and then putting them together like it's never been done before
Yeah.
in a movie like this, you know, like this many.
Oh man, look at him.
Yeah.
It is interesting. Like you can see some of the TIE fighters pop in behind the other TIE fighters in that last shot.
There's too many of them.
After reading Lost Stars, I see just this whole
There's
battle
Lord
from
Leader.
a completely different point of view now.
I love how you can see the Death Stars from so far away, and the Super Death Star so much bigger.
Star Destroyers, yeah.
Or Star Destroyers, yeah.
Come up here into the climax. One of my favorite things about the original trilogy, and also into episode 1, was that every time they get to like the climax of the movie, like in episode 4 we had the fight of the Death Star, and then in episode 5 we had the fight with Luke and Vader, but then we also had the fight getting out of Cloud City. And in this one we have the fight on Endor,
Yeah.
and the fight outside the Death Star, and the fight inside the Death Star. Like they kept on adding
Yeah.
like a new fight into the climax. So, like there was 1 thing, then 2, then 3, and
Yeah.
even going to episode 1 you get 4 things going on.
Yep.
And it's just so much going on. It gets so like amped up and exciting.
Yeah.
So fun.
And that's why some people generally like the lightsaber stuff over the space battles. People just like the space battle over the lightsaber stuff. They get a little bit of both.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
people that just like everything, you know?
I think there's one reason why this was my favorite was like when you get to the climax of all this, like all the space and the lightsaber and the fight on Endor and all of
Yeah.
it's going on. It's so
Yeah.
fun.
I mean, it's my yeah. That
Like
is great. Yeah.
It's a bit disconcerting. One of his contacts is not centered on his eye.
Mm-hmm.
His right contact, and
Yeah.
it's looking down at the camera. Always gave me the feeling like, yeah, even with his eyes, he can see more than you think.
I like the one rebel that is dressed up in the stormtrooper outfit.
We saw him when the door was closing.
Didn't work. Didn't trick anybody.
And that guy up there just like,
We weren't.
Derby, what are you doing? He runs away.
If we were there with a bunch of rebels and someone said, "Hey, are you looking for me?" We're like, "Fucking, there's a trap over there."
Yeah,
You
right.
know,
Start
like
throwing thermal detonators over there and shit.
I love the idea that 3PO did that on R2, just telling him.
Yeah.
Didn't tell him why. Just do it.
We surrender.
They're trying to attack our god.
Ah! All right, tear off their heads. We'll eat them later.
It's terrifying to think of what they're actually doing to this poor man.
Boop, 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 brrr. It's just popping out of everywhere. Look at them all. They're arrows and rocks.
Some of these arrows suck. Like when you look at them.
Look at that one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
you
stuck
got
right in 'em.
stuck.
What do you get stuck in?
The arrow got stuck in that stormtrooper.
Good shot.
It's a good
That
shot.
was a good shot. Yeah.
It was good.
I love how they make their first attack and then they just run away.
Everyone starts splitting around. Like, how good are those arrows? Like, I mean, I guess blaster bolts never protect them anyway, but can they not withstand any arrows?
I mean, they have armor, but they also have parts where they're not armored. You know.
True.
Like I don't think it's going through their blast shield armor, you know?
Yeah, but that doesn't work anyway.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't. It doesn't. It actually like yeah. No. It doesn't. It doesn't. When you get shot as a stormtrooper, it might knock you out, but you don't necessarily die.
Yeah.
You know?
No, it's made to kill you. I watched that short.
Sure. The injured stormtrooper.
Yeah. Why
Look
else
at that guy. That guy's
He's
throwing him.
throwing
Yeah.
an Ewok.
I love him flying on his glider here. It's hilarious.
That guy falling over. Like that one rock kind of hit him a little bit, and he's like, "Whoa,
This is so funny.
trip him, go!"
I love this.
Damn it, no, it didn't work. Hold on, guys, we got this. Pull.
Although
it slows
does
him
slow
down,
considerably.
but it doesn't trip him.
I mean, are these guys a 501st?
I don't know. I don't think
Oh,
so.
see, like these I understand.
sure if-
Like, jeez.
Well, I don't understand that, but
Because Vader was here too.
Oh, it's perfect.
You figured, I think they are, because Vader came here as well. Probably brought those guys with him.
I mean, even if they are the 501st, they're not the 501st that we know.
Yeah.
They're the good ones. You know?
Yeah, true.
yeah, they're not the clones anymore.
When I don't know when it is. Leia gets shot later,
Mm-hmm.
and when Han goes to grab her, he accidentally grabs her breast. And it's one of the things left in the movie as well. He kind of makes his face where he's like, "Oh shit!"
Because he just
You know?
was grabbing it the day before they shot this.
Yeah, dunk, 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 dunk. They are really good shots at this. Like that thing's moving. Look how many times they hit it there.
Like, what the hell? Just the way it looks.
Just banging the shit out of its feet.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. I mean, if you know, I think if you didn't have that and then you went back to the Emperor scenes, it would be like, man, I think it'd be much darker than Empire.
I mean, if you just had like people fighting.
If you, well, I mean, it just the goofiness. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, but I mean, as I'm saying, if you just had no Ewoks, you just had rebels fighting
Yeah.
Imperials on the moon of Endor.
yeah.
And you know, I've heard the thing people saying like, "Oh, this makes the Empire look like fools," but I think that it just makes the Ewoks persistent because they fail a lot. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like
And-
but they just don't stop.
And they're also fighting on their. It's like Vietnam, man. They're fighting in their own.
Yeah.
Guerrilla warfare.
Yeah.
Jeez,
It just-
look at all them.
It is. There's a goofiness presented to us as we watch.
And the Emperor does not foresee them. You know.
He doesn't.
Look at that one guy who was looking for psychic energy in Mob.
Yeah.
You
Right.
know, he's like, look for the Force, look through it. Like, that's nothing.
Already calls him his apprentice.
Yeah. I love how the Emperor told that guy, like, don't take him out too quick.
Yeah.
I want him to watch as they slowly all die.
So the Emperor's overall plan here is to take Luke as his apprentice,
And
right?
destroy the rebellion.
Because what
Yeah.
does that mean for Vader though?
Well, the final test
Right?
is he's
The
got to
Emperor-
fight his.
it's- it's
He's
the-
got to fight and beat his father.
Yeah.
Because the idea would be always two, though, right?
Yeah. But, I mean,
Yeah.
Vader is so into the idea of the Emperor that's like, well, he's my master. If he commands it, that's his will, you know?
I love. He's like,
And there's also like, and I'm obviously being a little informed from some now non-canon stuff, but Vader knows how the Emperor works. He knows how he was converted. So like, he's not going into this blind. He knows he's going to have to fight his son, because Luke also says, "You'll be forced to kill me." And Vader says, "Well, if that is your destiny," like he knows they're going to have to stand off.
Oh man.
Did I become close to the stormtroopers?
Oh
Ooh,
man.
man.
Captain.
I'd rather get beat up by sticks.
I think it's right around here.
I'd rather get shot in the head than beat to death.
Doesn't R2 get shot first?
Yeah, I think so. He's using it as cover.
Because she covers because he starts hot wiring, right? That's what
Yeah.
happens. Dude, all of his stuff just freaking out.
I'm looking for this breast grab. I've never seen it.
Yeah. Like, they're dying here, man.
Dude, right?
Yeah.
This is the next scene right up here.
Yeah.
It's so sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always cried at this.
Malachi cried at this.
I felt no sadness. I still don't.
Well, it's your heartless, Rick.
Yeah.
The teddy bear just
Look at
dead.
this. Like that's like a brother, sibling,
He was a
friend.
warrior. When his God commanded him to do something, no, he didn't. He just went out to defend him. He didn't command him.
He tries to wake him up, and he just like kind of lays his head on him. It's so sad.
I always wonder who the other guys that are doing them Falcon were, you know?
Like in the back, shooting the
Like the navigators and the gunners and
And
stuff.
the gunners and stuff, yeah. No, Y-Wing. Love that shot.
Yeah.
Will not survive. Nope.
He did that glasses thing that you always do, Eric.
What if he did? What if Vader did not?
He
Stop him.
he
and Luke
tried.
just
That's one of the most important things to remember about Luke in this movie is that he
was
does
close.
go to kill the
Yeah.
Emperor, and he does go to kill Vader. When Vader threatens his sister, it's like, all right, it's time to die, and he says, "I'll stop this." You know,
Just like that's one of the things that make
Yeah.
it my favorite movie as well. Just
Yeah.
this whole ending. And honestly, like I think what makes Vader the most interesting is all this stuff. Honestly,
mm-hmm.
is his redemption and everything else.
It's so great.
I love Chewie. Like,
That guy's like,
Tarzan,
what
yeah.
the fuck was that?
hey, I'm on your
Look,
Hey,
get
get
him
him
off
off.
He just thinks he's gonna go up there and beat up a teddy bear,
Yeah.
and Chewie's there. And then the teddy bear comes in.
And then teddy bears come in and beat him up.
I'd be
I
so
love
pissed off getting jumped by Ewoks.
I love that. Like,
You think you can take one?
It's like
you know?
Kramer getting beat by those kids.
It is.
I love Chewie being like, what the hell? You guys don't know how to drive? Get off this thing.
I will figure it out.
It's a bad idea. All right.
Probably can't even like reach the pedals.
Man, those look so good.
Yeah, they do.
Bam.
There's your miniature explosion.
Yep.
I love the legs stay there.
That one
So
in the back,
weird.
like the black Ewok in the back is having such a great time.
That one back
Yeah.
here?
See, the Ewoks were gonna lose.
I wonder how dirty those costumes got. You know,
Oh yeah.
Did we do the log thing yet? We didn't, did we?
No.
No, not yet.
that looks so good. No,
This is the turn of the tide.
This is a great one. I
Yeah.
love this. They tied to a
Oh,
tree.
yeah.
Again, he should just let go.
yeah, he should have let the fuck go, man.
This would kill
Oh,
you.
man.
It would cut you in half if the rope held up.
Oh God, that one
This
really.
is-
Just
flanked-
shoot at
Oh
him.
yeah, that one where it
Damn
just
it.
knocks
You know
him
how heavy
down.
those rocks are? They stoned them.
It's like what they. Yeah,
Those
That-
guys
that's a
are
pretty
so dead.
that's a pretty good plan right there.
This one's a good.
I like this one a
I
lot
like
too.
this one a lot. Yeah.
I don't know
This
where they
rem-
got all these logs and how they set them up and made this
They were
trap
ready,
in such a
man.
nice, consistent time frame. But
I imagine them having that, but not the logs in the air. That was a little off for me, but it was great. That reminded me of the Swiss Family
Here it is.
Robinson.
Here it is, by the way. I think coming up the shot right there.
Yeah.
No, I guess I have noticed that, but I just thought it was an accident. You know.
No, Carrie Fisher talks about it in her book, among other things.
Yeah.
I know.
stand up.
George taking the line that he never wanted to use and now using it. You know what I mean?
It's great. I like this how he like tries to get her to hide, so she
Yeah.
pulls her legs in and stuff too.
Imagine a guy didn't see that, you know?
My favorite fight of the original trilogy.
For
My
sure.
favorite fight of all the trilogies.
Yep.
I love that.
There it is. That's the noise.
Yeah.
Dude, he like bounces off his lightsaber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was, yeah.
Damn shadow.
Right.
The what?
At
The shadow
At the
from
very
the
beginning of
blade.
that shot, you see the shadow of the lightsaber prop on the ground.
I think Vader actually, in this movie, like in this part, he looks great. Like right there.
Mm-hmm. He's got the cape over the one shoulder.
So he assumes Obi-Wan's the only one that taught him.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
doesn't know anything about Yoda.
No.
Yeah.
No,
Nobody knows
in the
anything about Yoda.
novelization, which was official, the Emperor senses it and knows Yoda was there. He reads it off of Luke. Reads Luke's mind. What is that thing he's in the middle of?
It's a control.
Control console.
It looks
Yeah.
like a guy should be able to get in there.
Yeah.
They do.
That's what it's
They,
for.
they stand in there.
We've seen that before.
Do they jump over?
on,
No, they come up through the bottom.
Oh. I wonder if at this point the Emperor's like, man, there might be some fucking conflict. Everyone notices it.
He's just confident.
Ugh.
Saber throw.
Nah.
It's the secret of Palpatine. He's always having fun. Yes.
I love the space battle
It's
here.
a great space
Yeah.
battle. I believe there is a female X-wing pilot in this movie, and you see her like twice, but they dub her with a male's voice.
Huh.
Yeah,
Weird.
look at Han. They're so happy.
Yeah.
Send free squads.
Look how happy he is.
We will have the day yet.
How did
We're
he get
on.
out of there so fast?
Are you sure it's Han in there?
Yeah, with the thing over this. Yeah,
How'd they get out so fast?
I don't know.
Look how he
Yeah,
shrugs.
I never thought it was Han.
I
And
mean,
thought
that
it was one
doesn't
of the
mean
other
that
rebels.
just because it was that shot and then that shot, like that, it wasn't like 2.5 minutes between those two things, you know?
I mean, there was a long walkway that we saw.
This
They
is
came
just
through.
one
I
of the
mean,
best.
that's Harrison Ford right here.
Out of all
Is it?
Yeah.
eight movies, this is just one of the best scenes ever.
I mean, it's clearly him. What are you talking about?
Is it?
Yeah.
It's definitely
Yeah,
Harrison
it's definitely
Yeah.
him.
I feel like I'd be able to find him. You know?
I wouldn't. I'd be like this, be looking around all over the place. Can't tell direction.
Well, Vader
Yeah,
can't
but-
tell direction very well.
You could sense him through space. Can't sense him here.
I mean, there's a lot of force here.
I
The
love how
Emperor,
Vader just
him.
picks it up here. Vader will do absolutely anything to turn him, you know?
Sister. You have a twin sister.
Shouldn't have been thinking about her, man. Look.
He's just thinking about all the people that are counting on him right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that the first time they've said twin in this movie? It is, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Like they've just called her sister before, right?
Yeah.
Ah, just this whole moment, man.
The
He
music.
was so close to him.
Yeah.
But the music, the choreography, like how crazy Luke is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just like, I can end this in one swing of the saber.
I love this shot underneath the stairs. Yeah.
No, no.
God
It's a hell of
damn,
a thing to
this makes me
roto
fucking
in
cry.
70 or 80, whatever it was, 83.
Yeah.
I love Luke dragging his leg
Yeah.
with that,
His footwork.
the squibs.
At this
on the
point,
railing.
Vader's like, fuck, you know?
And this.
He's just
I
hitting him.
know.
He's not even aiming for him. He's just hitting him.
He's wearing him down.
Look at him yawning with his hand.
I love the breathing. How
He looks so tempted.
how loud the breathing is right now.
Mhm.
If he hadn't have said anything, I think he would have been more likely to do it.
If instead of giving him time to think.
Yeah.
That was weird.
Yeah, he told Anakin, do it. Like that was smarter.
I love those little terminals and bits of wire down there.
Mm-hmm.
What was weird?
The lightsaber was under and behind the railing, and I was like, pretty sure it's above the railing. I think a visual effects guy might have messed up or something.
Yeah.
Like, why they think that it was under? Because clearly above, but they took out the subtraction mask.
Maybe they just didn't want to do the subtraction mask.
But no, they did do the subtraction mask.
They
is
had
what
to
I
do
mean.
2 separate ones.
Yeah.
Should have kept your lightsaber, dude. It's gotta be disappointing.
Just like all of his plans that don't work out. We'll fix this.
Now his other toy's broken.
Yeah, now you just kill him.
Well, that's
Yeah.
not a fix. It's like he's scrapping it completely,
Yeah.
going back to Vader.
He's
Kill him and EQ Vader.
He's
Good.
ending the Return of the Jedi if he kills him. You know, it still works out.
And then they'll go
Still-
find the sister and they'll be good, you know?
Still comes out all Palpatine. Dude, when I was a kid, like I always loved spaceships, but like when they go into the infrastructure of the Death Star, that was the hypest shit ever.
Yeah.
when
Fuck
I was a
yeah.
kid.
When I would go to Aaron's house on Phillips Street, I'd be driving 60 miles an hour, pretending it was a Death Star
Going
trench.
down that alley.
Dun, 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 dun. It's so fun.
Shout out to the guy that drew this lightning, hand drawn animation.
Yeah.
Especially when it's like you can see it in his teeth and stuff, you know, when he's getting shocked.
Yeah.
And through Vader's helmet, like his skull and everything showing through.
And a lot of people always thought Palpatine's lightning was blue. It's actually purple. Dooku's is blue.
Yeah.
He took it after he had Mace Windu killed. He's like, you know what? I want purple.
Vader's thinking, bitch, you just almost had me killed. But he's also subservient, you know? It's crazy to think of this father
That
and
shot
son
is-
trying to kill each other.
That's incredible.
You know what I mean?
You know what's weird?
Hmm.
It's weird trying to act like you're getting electrocuted.
Oh yeah, I know.
It's a tricky thing to
Yep.
do. I've had to do it twice. Ryan?
Yep.
Yeah.
I had to do it in the pit. I had to do it in the pit for sure. I think I had to do it in Rivals.
Yeah, you did at the end on the dock.
Next time we'll just tase you.
It
Yeah,
doesn't
we
look
can
that
do that.
good. You just kind of sit there.
It's just tricky trying to make it look like you're, you know?
He waits a long time, man.
Because he still thinks that what's happening is right until suddenly, you know what? That's my kid. Yeah, this is my least favorite and thing.
Yeah. Ugh.
They should not have added
Yeah.
that. No.
I
I gotta be honest. Whenever
Yeah.
I like something, I gotta be honest. When I hate something, I
Yeah.
never needed that at all.
you know,
Yeah.
the first one didn't bother me. The second one bothers me.
I like
Yeah.
the first one.
Yeah, the second one was a little too much.
It's better. I think it's better when it's silent.
yeah,
It makes it
is
feel
better.
like for me. It makes it feel like Vader's still not sure if he should do it.
Yeah.
And then he's grabbing. He doesn't even realize he's grabbing. Like, why am I grabbing him? You know, like I liked that feeling I got from that more than like, no, this ends now with the nose. You know.
Yeah.
You don't like the nose signifying the end of Vader and the
No,
return
I
of
hate it,
Anakin?
actually. I think it's clearly the worst version for me. If anybody else likes it, that's cool. I like the idea that, you know, oh, we're rhyming with the episode 3 to episode 6, you know, but I liked it better when it was silent.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
guess so.
I liked it better too.
The toughest thing with Vader is that
Oh, I love that.
it's hard to get in his head
Sure,
because
yeah.
there's no facial expressions. You know,
Yeah.
it's only based on what he says and then like the body language you get from him and stuff. So
That's I definitely, but I think that gives even more strength and power when the mask finally comes off, you know, and you get to see the withered old scared man that was always in there, you know.
Yeah.
I like that it's like I have to fill in the blanks of why he's doing what he's doing until I understand why he's doing it, you know.
yeah.
I get you.
I think it just, like like you just don't need him to say that for him to do what he does.
And it's
but like, 'cause I actually literally kind of like the first one. The second one sounds more like the Sith, Revenge of the Sith one.
Yeah.
For me,
Yeah.
which I don't like.
I do
even though
like
I love
the
that
first.
movie.
I like the first no. Like I like that being there, like his realization of like this isn't what I need to do, and then he just does it is what I think should happen.
Yeah.
Versus having the second no, which just sounds a little too. It sounds a little much.
I also feel like it's like the most iconic part of the movie. Like I don't mind whenever like, hey, we're gonna add some stuff in. Going into Tatooine episode 4, we're gonna see some more stuff. Like that's cool.
Yeah.
Or Bespin, like, hey, we're gonna open up the windows and see some stuff. But like that was such an icon. It'd be like,
You just
it'd be
might
like,
not want to touch it.
It'd be like changing like something for the Vader reveal in episode 5 in that moment.
yeah,
Because when I think of Return of the Jedi, I think of that moment. I
Yeah.
think of like seeing Vader's skeleton being, electrified and stuff.
yeah.
I hope that man has a statue created for him.
Right? Exactly. I want the Ewoks to worship him.
The one who flew his crashing ship into
Yeah.
the.
Oh,
Super
look at
Destroyer.
that. That's so great.
I love how it was falling
Yep.
until the very tip touched, and then
Uh,
it started to
that
fall
should tell
straight.
you how much bigger that this one is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That shot.
I guess, but I haven't
Yeah.
seen the Death Star to the Super Star Destroyer.
But you've seen it to like an X-wing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked big compared to an X-wing.
I
you
just
know?
love the idea of this father-son relationship. They just tried killing each other, and now he's trying to save him.
He did save him.
Yeah, you're right.
So is he dying already because of the lightning?
The lightning is
Yeah,
short
it
circuited
fucked
his
his
The
suit up.
respiratory system is fucked.
That was the smart thing that Palpatine had done, is when he put the chosen one in this suit, he can turn him off anytime he needs to. Because
Yeah.
I don't think Palpatine, like, he's the culmination of the Sith. I don't think he ever really truly wanted to hand it over. He just wants things that are his. Like, you, like your father, are mine.
Yeah.
Not not the future of the Sith. It's mine.
Yeah.
I'm the end.
And the Anakin Skywalker Vader was great, but then the Darth Vader,
Yeah.
like, robot version was like not quite what he wanted. He lost a
Yeah.
lot of his powers and stuff. So
Yeah.
I get wanting to replace him with a younger Skywalker. Skywalker 2.0.
He just wants better toys.
And like Count of Monte Cristo style, the best way to get to someone is through their son.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
I love the Count of Monte Cristo.
Fuck yeah.
God damn.
Has everybody here seen the movies? The movie?
Yeah.
I've seen
I
the
mean, I
movie.
think so. Maybe like a long time ago. I used it for a book
And
report.
that adaptation movie is so good too.
Mhm.
It's much different than the book, but it's so good.
Dumbledore.
The anime's really good. Gankutsuo.
Haven't seen it,
So I believe
but just
the change here is that he doesn't have eyebrows, because he used to have eyebrows in the original,
yeah,
and they took them off because they thought, well, if he was burnt, he would not have them anymore.
yeah. I thought his eyes are a little more bluish too, aren't they?
Mhm.
Yeah,
I remember the tear on Luke. I like that.
maybe just HD now.
It's just HD.
Yeah.
It really
Maybe,
is.
yeah. I just
but
don't remember
just
it.
this man was a chosen
gone.
one, and he
Yep.
he was a chosen one, and he fulfilled his role. The love of his wife and son made him turn back. It was such a fucking good story.
Yeah, we never really talked about it, but I love like in this the Ys that they have, like the different paths and everything, and it's so tight and
Yep.
it's great.
I love
It's a fun level to play too. In whichever
this
game
whole
that
thing
is.
here. God, it's so fucking. This place has to be huge.
It's huge.
Yeah, it's gotta be huge for this part here.
And I love that it's so tight until you get to the chamber and it's gigantic.
Yeah. I love how many wires and stuff are going out from
Yeah.
it.
Like think of the reactor on the Trade Federation ship in episode 1. It's just like in the corner, and it's like
Yeah.
it's like the size of this shelf,
Yeah.
But the reactor for the Death Star is gigantic.
What? He exhaled right there.
Yeah,
He's a
right.
great pilot too. Remember?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know.
So, wait a minute.
You remember the last mission of Shadows of the Empire having to fly in? And
Oh yeah.
I love that too.
Yep.
That's great.
These people think it's hard. They obviously haven't played Aladdin during the Cave of Wonders.
And you know what? Like Lando did all that. No force power,
Yeah.
just
Yep.
skill and his old baby.
I don't think his old baby could have done it.
Maybe not. Maybe not. He certainly did not make it without scratch.
Yeah.
He lost that satellite. Now just be careful for the fallout.
Meat.
Right. It's like SETI Alpha
The
5.
thing's miles long, yeah.
I think they kind of cover that a little bit too in the Battlefront game.
Mm-hmm.
Like you see a little bit more of that kind of stuff.
Yep.
I imagine they kept those legs on the ATST there forever as like a monument to
Yeah.
the battle.
Yeah.
It's funny, like,
Turn into a house.
all right, I understand. So I should have been frozen that fucking shit for a year, you know? Fucked it all up, man.
I like to think that when she says brother here, he's flashing back to the kiss like,
He's like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then he's just like, fuck it. I imagine if it's, you know, like right
Oh
there,
my
he's like,
God.
oh my God. And he's into it. Look at him. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Scott feels so good. Like, oh my God, that's his brother.
Yeah, I
You know,
know,
I
man.
was so worried
I was
the whole
frozen
movie.
that shit thinking about it the whole time, you know?
I really miss the Nub Nub song.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like I like that song a lot, but I love what they do at the ending.
Yeah. It was, I mean, it's replaced and I do miss it, but for me, it was replaced with something like just as good, just separate. I mean, I love the new song that John Williams comes up with, and John Williams' son came up with some of his stuff too.
I love this, you know?
I know.
And also, just after seeing episode 1, like, this is a Jedi funeral, man.
Yeah.
And
great.
we have to remember too, it's empty. Anakin Skywalker's not in there anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He went on.
I hate that
We
it's
just-
Hayden Christensen.
Yeah?
No. Yeah.
That's weird. Why?
Well, because I mean, he was redeemed. Like that's
Yeah.
the whole point of the story.
Yeah, but Anakin died then, you know?
No, he didn't.
Yeah, but I'm like, what? So like, does his spirit like get new robes and hair and stuff, you know?
Sure.
Like the only thing I hate about it is that it wasn't George Lucas just kind of shot it and didn't tell Hayden when he was doing with it.
Yeah, they
and just
didn't
kinda used
do
that
a new
element.
thing.
Yeah.
Hayden's like, I didn't even know I was going to be there.
But you know what? Like, I don't agree, but I mean, there's a lot of people that had that feeling. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
This is one of the best changes, I think, is seeing, like, the whole galaxy. Like,
Yeah.
seeing Tatooine and Naboo.
The Gungans.
We set free.
Yeah. So
But,
it opens up the galaxy
This
more.
Coruscant shot. This is the first time we've ever seen Coruscant
In the original
in
trilogy.
the original trilogy. The Senate and the Jedi Temple in the background
Yeah.
are added. This right here, it wasn't even called Coruscant. It was called Had Abaddon. And then in the Thrawn trilogy, he named the central planet Coruscant. Timothy Zahn did.
Okay.
And then when he made this, Lucas said, all right, yeah, it's on a shot on Coruscant.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, what are you talking about? It's like, yeah, you guys need to read Heir of the Empire.
Yeah. Huh.
There's a really cool moment that Timothy Zahn's like name and planet, like the type of the planet, got into a movie.
Yeah. I think, yeah, they started calling it Imperial City later on, I think.
Imperial Center.
Imperial Center, yeah.
Yep, I already ate those heads. Now we got drums. Look at Admiral Akbar back there.
I just love 3PO doing the robot.
I love it.
He's got a hat.
And they're hugging each other. Man, I mean, they gotta be fucking partying like crazy. Imagine that.
Oh yeah, Wedge. And then see, I love the white flap.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I can't.
Wedge has been in every battle, man.
Yeah, he has.
I'm one of them,
Where's his medal?
right?
Yeah, right?
He gets to eat the meat of Empire. That's his medal.
You know what I would love if a change they made? Even though I know Qui-Gon doesn't keep his physical appearance, he just has his voice.
Sure.
If they did do the physical appearance for Qui-Gon, I would love for Qui-Gon, Liam Neeson to be there.
Yeah.
Personally, yeah.
And Luke would be like, "Who the fuck is this guy?"
I was just thinking that.
Yeah.
Is that the dude from Taken?
Yeah. And one reason I like Hayden is just Sebastian Shaw obviously just looks nothing like Hayden. He looks like Jake Lloyd, I think.
Yeah,
you
I
know?
mean, I can definitely understand people that love the original being like that's kind of unneeded, but I think that when people that start watching the prequel, like in the chronological order, they watch 1, 2, 3, and they get to that moment, they're like, oh man, he's
Yeah.
there, But
Yeah.
we were just like, yeah, I guess that's Anakin, you know.
You spend more time if you're going through the movies, especially
Yeah.
the first time, with Hayden Christensen as your
course.
Anakin
Yeah.
Skywalker.
There's probably
you know?
people out there said it should be Matt Lanner.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Just imagine Matt Landa.
Because there were some people being like, not very adept watchers when he shows up in Sebastian Stan. They're like, "Who's that?" People are like, "Anakin." It's like, oh, okay, I get you.
Sebastian Stan.
Shaw. Yeah.
Shaw. I'm sorry, I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
But I get the change. I'm not like particularly like in love with it because I think it could have been executed better.
Yeah.
But I love the idea of it.
Yep. My probably my least favorite change of the original trilogy is the crate dragon scream.
Yeah, that's stupid.
That's my least favorite one.
That was silly.
Everything else I can accept just fine, but that one I'm like, why did they change it to that? And how does he make that noise?
It sounds worse.
It does sound worse.
It's so weird. It's the weirdest change to me.
Yeah.
And maybe it's because I haven't heard a crate dragon scream. Like,
Sure.
Maybe that's what I need.
I'd say one of my favorite things is having the Emperor in Episode 5 talk to Vader.
Yeah, that's a great
Yeah,
one.
and
I
just
like
it
that.
connects the prequel trilogy better. And
Yeah, but that's similar. Obviously people don't feel as strongly about that as the Anakin change, but it's exactly the same. It ties those things in a little bit better.
Well, same thing that they did with the nose.
Yeah.
That's the same idea as tying it in with the prequel stuff and whatnot to the endings.
Yeah.
I think the no is just trying to validate the no he made in Revenge of the Sith. Like,
Yeah,
I'm gonna put a no here, bitch.
people
Yeah, he
like
doubled
that.
down.
You don't like that no, huh?
Like I didn't.
You're really gonna like this.
Like I didn't feel the need to make fun of it. I just didn't like it. People make fun of it. Like
Yeah.
here, like it's almost like I want to make fun of it because it sounds exactly the same. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah.
And they didn't even record new stuff. They just took all the different takes of that no, put in this.
I mean, he
Yeah.
did the same exact thing whenever for the special edition when Luke was falling down in Bespin. They take the Emperor falling down episode 6 audio and put it there.
Yeah,
And then
it sounds ridiculous. It all sounds ridiculous.
And then like when the Blu-rays came out, he's like, you know what? Take that out. I don't like that. Take it out.
Yeah. Well, I just don't think any of them sound the best. I think it
No.
sounds funny. Like all
Yeah.
the versions I heard.
Yeah.
Anyways,
So-
this is my favorite one. All
Yeah.
the stuff I've said, yes, my favorite one out of the
Yeah.
original. I mean, I love them all, obviously, for different reasons. I mean, if they're all like 10s and 10.1s to me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
I don't know that I have a favorite like Star Wars movie, but I have like in the trilogies that they have, I've had like this is my favorite of this, is my favorite of that.
Sure.
So,
yeah. It's hard to say what my favorite is now. I mean, it was always like Revenge of the Sith and Return of the Jedi, like kind of like tied for me. But it might be Sith, Jedi, and then 5. I don't know. They're all good. I really love 8 so much too. Rogue One. I feel like Rogue One. Like I know people who don't like any of them, but they love Rogue One.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Anything else, guys?
No.
All right. I think that
No.
was episode 6. Now, moving on from here, what we need to do next, I think, is we need to maybe get some reactions in for episodes 7 and 8 for Rick, because we closely are coming up to December. We have episode 9, and then we will go back and we'll do the prequels at some point as well. Those will be a lot of fun as well. So
Yeah.
I think just look out for that poll, and if it's something you're interested in, seeing Rick go through episodes 7 and 8 for the first time, make sure you guys are voting for that.
Yeah.
And then we'll come back. We'll have another poll for this commentary slot as well. So, yeah.
Yeah. Also, make sure you check out Clone Wars reactions, taking
yeah.
Calvin and Rick through them the first time. One of my favorite Star Wars anything. It's really enjoyable.
It'll be really
so.
interesting watching the prequels after. I mean, we haven't finished Clone Wars.
Yeah.
But after having some Clone Wars.
At first, they were disconnected for me, but I really see them all together now.
Yeah.
Like, they do some things really on the nose, like, oh, this is episode 2 and 3, Hayden, Anakin. Like,
Yep.
it's real cool. Just, those characters are great, man.
Definitely.
And that Obi-Wan just is, like Eric said the other day, is like, I feel like that's my Obi-Wan now.
Yeah, exactly. And that's my Anakin. So,
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this commentary, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Thank you guys. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys want to see more of this, make sure you guys go over to patreon.com/blindwave where you can see the next reaction already. While you're also looking around, check out blindwave.net. You can see our Blind Wave Star Wars font shirts and a lot of other shirts around there. A lot of cool stuff. See you guys next time.